Welcome to another episode of the Dotted Line Podcast. I am your host, DJ Scotty Two Dotty, and today we have a very special guest. Today, this guest has requested to join the Dotted Line Podcast today, and I'm happy to have him. He weighs in from Texas, and along with his request, he mentioned that he has a lot of things to discuss. He's a recording artist from Texas, and we are happy to have him on the podcast. So, without further ado, allow me to introduce to you guys Mr. toobrightSHINE. You got the mic on, bro?
Oh, yeah,
All
yes,
right.
sir. There we
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yep, it's your boy toobrightSHINE, Too Bright Shine. Shine, don't forget the Too Bright. Hey, and I want to give a shout out to Ray Dot the Lines, man. I appreciate you for having me, man.
Of course. I'm thankful that you asked to be on pod, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like it's been a crazy ride. Like I'm just glad to see other people, like like Black people having their own stuff, bro. And like
Mm,
I see your vision, and I know it's gonna sprout, bro. It's gonna go all the way to the top.
thanks,
And he
man.
a
Yeah.
co and he a co DJ.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Yeah. I try to and try to have this platform for the people who are not seen, who are not heard, who deal with everyday shit, not just the public figures. I don't need you to be high profile or be notable. Like everybody is notable and high profile in their own way. So it's just I want everybody to be represented, and not just the who's, not just the few, and far as just everybody. This is a platform for everybody. So
Sure.
I thank you for requesting to be on the pod, man, because that's big shout out to Myron, though, but because he kind of bridged the gap for us to have
Oh
this
yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
He definitely recommended for sure.
yeah. So big shout out to Myron Smith, man. Great guy. But we
Tell him
going
he need to stop trying to steal my dog, though. He need to stop trying to steal my dog. But yeah, I'm sorry if that's he's gonna hear the interview and he's gonna bust out laughing. Only he knows what I'm talking about. But yeah.
All right, man. But yeah, let's kick things off, man. For the people who don't know who toobrightSHINE is, man, who are you, man?
Hey man, I'm toobrightSHINE, rapper straight from the ag, bro. Arlington, Texas,
Yes,
DFW
sir.
area, Dallas area, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm one of the best rappers you'll ever hear, bro. And I say humble heart. It's not even a flex. It's more like I really make music every single dying second of the day.
Mhm.
And like I don't really enjoy any really other things, to be honest.
Mhm.
Things and I'm good at the things, but there's not any passion in it, or you know what I'm saying? So I've already knew I was a rapper when I was just young, But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't want to go too far into the question, but yeah, that's pretty much me, man. Like I have all my songs on all platforms. I've been rapping since I was 12. I
Mhm.
cry about it. I laughed about it. I quit a million times, came back. And I feel like that's what gonna be one of my distinguishing qualities, kind of like Nipsey said. He like my only distinguishing quality is that I'll never quit. I'm never gonna quit. It's never gonna stop. So yeah, that's my legacy and what I bring to the table as an artist.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's dope, man. Like it's good to kind of because you are how old now?
29.
29. Yeah. So yeah, man, you got some years, right, man. Like that's dope, man. Like I know a lot of veterans because coming from a major city like Chicago prior to the Chief Keef mergings and the Lil Durks and this and the third, going to school with a lot of talented people who knew how to rap. But once drill became pretty much all of hip hop, the Lupe Hayes, the Chances, all those rappers kind of got kind of minimized. So
I'll put it like
it's
I'll put it like this though. it's like it's a weird generation, because like what we see is what we think is like really like, I guess, happening, or like because a lot of these rappers that you're talking about, right, that getting spot like I they're just like the ones playing with the advanced money right now type, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
like, of course they're gonna get the public backing, because they're gonna have the marketing and the branding and all of that
Right.
done. He's not doing that. They're not doing that. The label is doing that for them. So
Mm-hmm.
like, you talk about people like Kanye and Lupe, like, are they really doing bad? Like,
Nah.
Kanye like rolling in though, and he just dropped the album. I thought that album was fire. You know, like, I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna lie to you. And then even with Lupe, like, Lupe is in a university teaching hip hop. Like, that sounds like a
Right.
dream come true, if you ask me. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I feel like it's all perspective. Like, the rap game
Absolutely.
is perspective. You know, like, I feel like I'm such an old soul. I feel like
Same.
art comes straight from like the heart, you know. Like, I
You're
barely,
right.
I don't, yeah, I don't even look at marketing or none of that, honestly. So like, if I low key want to hire somebody, if anybody trying to get down on that, you know. But like, I feel like my side, I really should focus on rapping. A lot of people just disagree with me. I feel like I should focus on rapping.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's what everybody else is not doing. So I feel like I'm winning technically, because I'm getting better and better and better. And you're gonna
At the
only worry
craft.
about, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna worry
Yeah.
about all the other things, and you're gonna lose the passion. You're gonna lose it
Mm-hmm.
all pretty much. Cause you like, I see them, they come through and then they leave. These artists come through, leave, come through, leave, come through, leave.
Right.
I've seen it all my life. My favorite artists too, like, come through, leave. And it's like, I'm here to stay, like, in this music
Right.
shit. Not so much the industry, because fuck the industry, but like, I'm here to stay. Like, I'm gonna be 80 writing songs. Like, I know
Type
it, because
shit.
that's how I get through
Yeah.
my day. You know?
Right. Yeah. And prior to me being a DJ, I rap too, but I had to segue to DJing because of the fact that like I told Myron, I don't know if you watched me and Myron's interview, because that was, what, I think 2 hours long. So, but I
Yeah,
mean, it was a extremely great conversation with Myron. But like I told him, I had reached a point to where, like, okay, I know I can spit bars. I know I got the metaphors, the double entendres. I know my flow is what it is. It's uniquely me. Sometimes I may have felt like, okay, I need a different flow, but my flow is just that, because my three pillars are Tupac, Biggie, and Montana of 300. Those are like my pillars. So to get my flow from Biggie, I get my my art, me being authentic from Tupac, and just me just really just speaking truth from Tupac, and then all my metaphors and everything else from Montana of 300. So it's
yeah,
just but I had got to a point to where I was just like, okay, a lot of people not is not as driven, because I'm like, my favorite player in basketball was Kobe, and I tell people this all the time. He was like my third parent, man. Like, I'm a lot like
yeah,
him from my mentality to just how resilient and relentless my drive is. So I got to a
right,
point where, like, my rapping is just, I reached a point to where, shit, okay, I didn't impress myself enough. Okay, now I want to do features. Now I want to eventually start making beats. I want to evolve this
yeah,
shit, and trying
yeah,
to pull different parts, meaning like do features with other artists, and it be in a timely fashion and this and third. It wasn't really clicking. So I was like, okay, now what? Because now I'm kind of like not quitting rap, but I have to pivot somewhere else to, like, fulfill that passion, that work ethic within music. That's why I picked up the boards, and
yeah,
started DJing and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, with that path, it's really a beautiful path, because I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like you do have to sacrifice what you want to do in order to get what you really want. So I mean, if you look at it from that approach and you pick up your rapping or whatever, then yeah, that's beautiful. I think that you should still keep rapping because I mean, yeah. But I mean, like I have friends that are DJs and rappers, and I get that it's kind of a juggle. But it's like I don't know. But I mean, like with myself, I can say that like my ass ain't afraid to get a job, bro. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'll get a job. I don't. That's the thing is that I don't sleep with it. You know, like I'll sleep for like 2 days, but like that'll be like you know what I'm saying my monthly good sleep. You know, like a full bread 8 hours. You know, but like
Right.
whenever you're on like grind time and you're like trying to
Mm-hmm.
make it happen, you're gonna make it happen with whatever you want to do, like anything. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
let alone rapping and because I feel like we just get so caught up in the schematics of the music industry in the world that we forget to create for ourselves. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I create music, like I said, and I cry about it. There's songs I play to certain people, and like they literally tell me, "Wow, this song like changed my life forever." You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I I look at it like that's more important than a record sale because this person will never forget about me. I literally
Absolutely.
saved this person's life, quote unquote. Like, I
Right.
feel like I'm not God, so I don't feel like I did that. But I mean, in their heart, I helped them. So
Right.
I mean, like, that's priceless. Like you
For
can't
real.
no nobody can tell me like, oh, that person didn't feel that. Like, nah, they felt that and it was real, and other people can feel it. It's just with this,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, this day and age, the marketing and the world, it's just kind of hard to reach people.
Right.
But
Right.
once they're reached and their eyes are on you, that's whenever it's a whole different ballpark. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's whenever the fake love come and.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
I feel
You
like you can do it anything you want to do. Shit, Donald Trump woke up and was like, "Let me be president." I'm pretty
and he
sure it was
pulled that
like a
shit off. Yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he woke up and pulled that shit straight out his ass. Like, nigga, I'm
Literally.
about to be pregnant. I said pregnant. I'm about to be president. Like,
President.
on me, I'm about to be president and I'm gonna make it happen today. And I bet
No,
everybody
but
was like, Donald Trump. What?
right.
I was like, Donald Trump. Like, what? You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying? And then boom, he in the office. And then we're just sitting there like, well, yeah, that's Donald Trump. He's our president. And it doesn't matter what all the naysayers say and all of that. He's still
Right.
your president.
And,
Like we
and
should, as much as we want him out.
right. And I'm gonna say this about that, and then we can move on to kind of talking deeply about the actual music industry and what that entails. But like you said, being resilient and just, whatever you put your mind and your thought process to. And like I've been telling people, and I think I said this numerous times on like my podcast, it gets to a point
Yeah,
so where like any and everything that you pursue, it comes with restrictions. And
right,
that's fine. That's fine. Like obstacles, setbacks, that's gonna happen. But in this
right.
day and age, with the height of social media, with the height of just how you can literally say and do whatever you want to do in this day and age. That's why people say this is the best time to be alive. Cause like you can do and say whatever you want. And there's not just a few people who agree with you. It's a big crowd of people. But yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Right, right.
and it's crazy how much you can get backing doing anything. But where like the shit really hits the fan is just like how it's kind of like cherry picked and restricted. That's like the catch 21 on everything. Because if it's kind of like, okay, let's talk about abortion, let's talk about same-sex marriage, like it's like everybody it's kind of like they throwing darts at like the board, and like shit kind of gets so saturated that you don't know like, okay, what's what. And when it comes to music, um the kind of like they weaponize certain shit to make it to a point to where like, okay, um let's just only feature artists who talking about drill. Because coming from Chicago, like that was what like my freshman year when Chief Keef like blew the fuck up. Like that was my freshman year, and like I'm not even from like the South Side. I'm from the western suburbs of Chicago, but even like that's not that far from like Lamron and all of that shit where Chief Keef and them from. But like every like all through passing period, bro, don't fuck. Like I'm like, bro, like because when like he first got popping, I'm like, he not really talking about nothing. But over time, I grew to like definitely fuck with Chief Keef. But like when like he first like blew up, man, he had the city in the fucking chokehold. But like I feel
But you
like
see,
people.
like, I'm sorry to interrupt. The thing about that
No, no,
though
no, you good.
is that like it's hard to market the good. I ain't gonna say
Mhm.
hard, like hard, but like I'll say this: people who usually know how to make money and put things in spotlight are using science and all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
literal formulas to make this happen. So I mean, like, I feel like it's timing and all of that, bro. Like, cause I mean, come on, bro. Chief Keef music is fire. Like, I'm
yeah.
one of the lyrical people to know that, like, know the difference, right? Like, I listen to fucking Gucci. I listen to shoot, I listen to all sorts of rappers that people would be like, "What? Like you listen to him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it go hard. Like you listen to it, you play the song, and it's like it's sonically correct. Like that's
Hmm.
fire. Like from the EQing to the on the beat to like the EQing on the vocals to matching all of it together, the
Yeah,
mastering. People
blended
pay
it perfectly. Yeah,
hundreds and thousands of dollars off of mastering. Like for instance, Danny Green, like he paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for mastering, bro. And it's just like people are just trying to tweak that ear, bro. You know what I'm saying? I
absolutely.
feel like the good be trying to be so good all the time that they forget the fundamentals of things. You know, so like
Mm.
you'll spit a message, and then like I'm guilty of this. You spit a message on a beat, and like it could be the most fire song ever, but if it's not mixed and mastered, people aren't gonna keep playing it.
Tell me
Like,
about it. Yeah, that's something I have learned. Like I have a project called Bird Box Effect. Some
yeah,
of like definitely some of my best lyrical work, but it's like I can't play that shit, bro, because it's not mixed
right.
or mastered right. I'm like, this project is low key ass, like But I can say that about my art, But I know, but like you said, everything is perspective based. We are all prisoners of perspective. I might play this for somebody else. I'm like, bro, this shit is fire, bro. That shit, nah. Like
Nah, right?
lyrically,
Like
like
there's even sonically correct shit. You be like, oh no, bro. You
yeah,
like there's some shit I've mixed them. I mixed and mastered, and technically it's mixed and mastered by the book and by the. I'm looking up the key and how I'm supposed to feel, so I'm making sure the frequencies on this and that and
right, yeah.
doing
You
all that.
you real
And then,
detailed with it.
but good is good and bad is bad
That is
too.
bad, yeah. Yeah, cause something I'm learning about even with like DJing, cause like prior to me DJing, I was like I had got like Fruit Loops, but like when I opened the software and try to like piece together different things, it didn't make sense. Like
Right,
how do this hi hat work with this kick or this this and that. It was kind of like building something without instructions. It was kind of just like, okay, I
right,
don't it don't really comprehend. But since I started DJing, like blending things, like learning what beats per minute mean, like learning what sounds good together, even like because with like
right, right,
of course with like any DJ software is going to compute the beats per minute, but every DJ software has what key this is. Like even with like
right, right,
I'm mixing, certain songs can be the same beats per minute, but it may not be in the same key. So
right, right,
you
right,
kind of rolling like the dice. But like
right,
my
right.
software has this thing to where I feel like they know, okay, this song is a perfect match because the wave file will come up a little bit different
Right, right, right.
versus something that's kind of like it's the same beats per minute, but it's not. It's kind of out of key because I had did ambitious of a router and regulate. I had mixed that on a mix I did for like my pops, and it was regulate was off beat, but it
Yeah.
was still like blended, but like the vocals were off beat, but it was like within like the same beat per minute though.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right. It's kind of
yeah,
just like a little off. I get what you're
off,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it you like me being so just particular, like I'm like because even with like DJ and shit, like I want all my mixes to be blended perfectly because it's a guy from New Zealand named DJ Jordan Lee. He a white boy, bro. When I say this motherfucker is cold blooded, he cold blooded, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
Yeah, like he like real cold blooded. He mixed motherfucking what was that? Take You Down by Chris Brown and PYT. Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
and then he segued that bitch into Burn by Usher.
He was
Man,
fooling.
stop
Type
it,
shit.
bro. Stop it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I
for
was
sure
like,
though.
man. Yeah. But
So,
definitely I know you mentioned about the rap game, man. What's your um perspective on where like that's at? Because I know we kind of just mentioned like certain things is being marketed a certain way, but like you mentioned, like you're uh workhorse when it comes to like this music shit. Like you really do this shit day in day out. This is your bread and butter. This is what you would be on your deathbed doing. So
right, right.
what do you feel as an artist like yourself? Where do you feel like you kind of stand out in this rap game?
I told you, my only distinguishing quality, and that's from Nip. I say this one is me never quitting. I'm never gonna quit. There's not gonna be a single thing that I ever go through where it's gonna be like I'm done. Maybe put it
Mm-hmm.
down a little bit, take a breather, but
Mm-hmm.
never done. But other than that, like how I feel about the music industry and like where I'm placed in it, I just feel like I'm literally my name. I'm Too Bright Shine. I'm just like a light to everybody. Like when I go to these shows and I meet new people, all I all I do is bring happiness towards the people that bring happiness towards me. Like for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to the gritty of it. You know, people be so fixed up and stiff trying to shake your hand. I'm like, nah, bro. My name's Too Bright Shine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're cool and whatnot. I'm Too Bright Shine, bro. Hey man, I low key just my daughter's in a whole nother state, bro. Like I put that's why I rap like that type shit. And like I low key I'm not alright in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Okay.
know everybody want to sit here and act like they're all hard and almighty and doing the best, but I'll go up to a person and be like, man, I don't got it all together. Then next thing you know, we just talking like for hours and hours and like getting to know each other. Shit, we literally building a bond and friendship, like just off of being
Right.
real, you know. And like I feel like that's what I bring to the table of the industry is that realness and that light, you know. Like I'm not people might want to try to put me as deep, but I'm not even a deep person. Well, I'm more of a deep person, but like I feel like I just express myself in my music. It's not like I try to put the message between the lines. I'm telling you exactly what's going on
Obvious.
and how,
Yeah.
like real time. This is what I just went through, and this is
Mm-hmm.
how I overcame it, or sometimes how I didn't overcome it. You know, and I
Right.
rap. I'm very transparent with my raps. You know, so like that's what I feel like I bring is that light to people that you know you listen to it and then you're going through something and then these words is just serenading right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been going through much anxiety. I don't know where I'm getting going, but I know where I don't want to be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Stuff
Right.
like
Yeah.
that. Like
It's
I
flowing.
feel like people will hear that and then they're like, oh shit, like I just went through that. This
Right.
dude is real as fuck, man. And then they start looking me up. Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's a small fire for now. It's gonna build for sure.
Yeah. Feel like there are a lot of things within life is missing that shit being authentic.
Right,
When in a world where you can be anything, the best thing you can be is yourself. You
right,
know.
right. And
So
these rappers are so fabricated, bro. Like it's so
yeah.
funny whenever I like give them that approach and how they was talking before, and then
Versus,
how they
yeah,
talk after, and how
yeah.
they treat you after. And like, a lot of the time people mistake me for goofy. I don't know. I low key, I'm not I guess like a clean cut nigga, so I kind of scare away like the clean cut people, and then
uh,
I scare away street niggas because they're like, who's this guy? Like, I know you're not from my hood. I know you're not this, but you're over here rolling blunts and acting ignorant with us. Who are you? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? And we like,
right.
boom, like this all a family. That's just how I am. So like, yeah, like I feel like my authentic just being me. I feel like everybody ends up gravitating towards it and actually being themselves. Like, you can't even fake with an authentic person, bro. Like, I'm gonna just sit there and
Exactly.
look at you like, why are you talking like, why are you scrunched up like that? And I'm gonna laugh until you built like something, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
like, yeah, like that's just what type of person I am, though. I try to bring that light to people. For
Yeah,
real.
nah.
Bring the love in the rap game. There ain't no love in this shit.
For real though. I mean, cause shit, like, man, like with anything when it comes to that bottom line being money, bro, all bets are off. As like my mom, has said, because I had told my therapist is um my mom and Wayne are probably the most quotable people I can quote type shit. But my mom has a
Yeah.
wise quote where she says it would be moments where it's every man for himself and God for his all. And if that does not
Ooh.
um summarize the rap game, that's
Ooh.
that's literally what that can be, because you see, like, even though Diddy needs this exposure, but you don't see nobody saying, wait a minute, he didn't do that. His ass is ass out. Because when it's all said and done, it's gonna be every man for himself and God for us all. That's it, that's all. Because
Yeah.
shit is so murky and shit is so vile and wicked at times, bro. So
Yeah.
when like certain shit get like exposed, when shit is not done in its proper capacity, shit gets exposed, shit gets towed down. So
Right. And like,
um
bro, like, that's why I don't want to change. That's what's crazy. I don't want to change the industry. You realize I said I want to be the light in the industry, but like, it's
mhm,
kind of like be in this world but not of it type thing. Like, bro,
exactly. There you go. There you
I'm
go.
low key up in that. I'm low key up in this industry. Like, man, fuck y'all. Like, I'm looking. I feel like Tupac just sitting here like, fuck y'all. You know,
Mm.
but like, the weird. Everybody been on the weird stuff that's going on in the industry, and what's being revealed is not even like the real shit. Like, what's
Yeah,
being
it's surface
revealed
level.
is low key. As much as crazy as it sounds, that's the watered down version of everything. So I mean, like, and people are speaking on it all across the board. Cat Williams and a whole bunch of people are opening up about these weird
Hmm.
top hat motherfuckers.
Yeah,
And like,
because
I just I don't know, bro. Like, I used to like research a whole bunch of stuff, and like,
mhm,
I'm talking about rabbit hole research, bro.
about
Like, trying
that.
to
Me too.
figure it all out, right? Why
Hmm.
is the industry like this? Why is the government like what? What? Like, all these questions that you ask yourself, like, what what is secret societies and blah blah blah, rabbit
Right.
hole, a whole
Mm.
rabbit hole of bullshit, right? And
Mm.
it leads you to nothing. Cause why? Like, you don't want to be part of that shit. If you want to be a part of that shit, it's easy. I feel like it's easy to join the motherfuckers and do whatever the fuck they do. What all you gotta do is ask, I bet. Shit, and be willing, and to keep
Yeah,
secrets and all that lame ass shit. But
but
like, with me, that's why I want to just be the light in it, cause it's the world is just evil, bro. Like,
very,
uh,
yeah, very, very much so. Yeah.
and that's how they make their money. So I mean, like, I look at it like this. Like, I'm not gonna judge a street nigga, but at the same time, if someone did something in my eyes or like to me, of course I'm gonna be mad. What's crazy is I can't judge them because people turn into animals whenever they're at their lowest. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And
Stress,
I feel like
stress.
that's what the whole world is on, in an animal state. The industry is
Right.
on an animal state. Like, they're just trying to survive. Like shit, I can't be mad at you trying to survive, kinfolk. But I feel like there's multiple ways to survive. Not
Right.
every rich person is doing a quid for pro. Not every famous person sold their soul. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I feel like if you and you authentically you, and I'm not religious, but like I believe in God. But so I feel like if you keep your faith in God and through all of it, you'll be good. But trust me, that serpent out there for sure. He
Yeah.
getting people. He getting
Yeah.
people one by one.
Definitely that, bro. Stress will definitely kill you quicker than a bullet, bro. And like, once you get to like a point to where, because like we're like you're a few years older than me. I just turned 27. So we within like the same age group type shit. But um,
Yeah,
just like seeing how shit is structured, like because I work for a logistics company. So when I'm dropping off packages at these cribs where like I'm at seeing how like and I'm in like near like South Bend. Like so
yeah,
coming from like Chicago, like you see that's a major city. So, but even out here, when it's where it's a lot more desolate and a lot more rural as fuck, it's some nice ass cribs too. But like
yeah,
even in like that perspective, I'd be like, bro, like what does it take to even get to that shit? Because it's just like everything, like I said, is like it's restricted. Everything is just like you have to over over exonerate yourself. You have to really, really, really just like never sleep, don't have no kids. Then like I told my therapist, I said how this country is ran is either for a very old person or a very young person. And if you think about it, when like you young, let's say like 18, right? You're fresh out of high school. Like, so you telling me in this day and age, an 18-year-old can manage like a country or manage how the world is structured? Because typically when you fresh out of high school, you don't really have that big of responsibilities depending on your demographic, depending on where you was raised and your parents and your upbringing. You really don't have the wherewithal to maintain what comes with being a full grown adult to like some studies your brain not even fully developed by the time you turn 18. So if you fast forward to the other end of like that spectrum, somebody who's let's say 60 or 65, they have the wisdom, they have the knowledge, they have the this that, and the third, but then now their perspective is so outdated, you know to where they oh shit. Hold on, y'all. We didn't lost the lost connection. Hold on. 1 second, 1 second. Hold on. Let me try to invite him back. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. We having some technical difficulties real quick, but we gonna get it under control. We gonna get it back under control. But yeah, man, y'all subscribe, man. We gonna can continuing on. But yeah, man, we gonna wait for two bright shine to get back into the fold, man. Stuff like this happens, but on a Dot Line podcast, we continue to keep on keeping on, continue to rolling. So we gonna continue to roll. Um, yeah. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the interview thus far. I just received the message his phone overheated, which is fine. It happens. Let me see if he can get back in the fold. 1 second. There he is. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there
We
you
are
go. There you go.
we are back down. Okay. I was kind
Sorry
of
about
trying to
that.
no.
Texas
I was
heat. Texas heat gonna burn
yeah.
something, brother.
Okay, yeah. You good. I was, trying to keep the show flowing
Oh yeah.
while you were getting back within the fold. Like that happens though. But
Yeah, yeah.
what what was the last thing
We was
you heard?
we was just talking about how I was how I felt about the industry and the world. You was talking about like like what was happening in your scene with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like as far as
Yeah.
the housing and how you thought about like the government and like all of that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, pretty much like to summarize that, just like pretty much is so it feels so far away. It feel like a motherfucker is asking you to walk to like the moon, like because it's just like it's so much red tape. It's so much um hoops you have to jump through, and like me having the motor that like I don't mind doing it, but it's just like
You
where
see,
would
like,
this
okay,
road lead to? You know?
I'll put it like this though. Like, all right, a businessman once told me that a business is all the person's mind, and the government and the U.S. is just a big business. Feel me? Like, so like whenever you think of the world and why it's fucked up and why everything is fucked up, because the people run orchestrating it is fucked up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're not gonna be better. You're not gonna be better than your business. I mean, you're not gonna expect to do your business to go well and you're not doing well mentally, or you know what I'm saying, like
Right.
your habits and all that. Like that's why they always talk about habits in the mind and whatnot, because
Hmm.
they know that these habits are detrimental. And sadly, as Black people, we're not, like you said, we never got a rule book to any of this. You feel me? Like their families are passing on this stuff for generations and generations, you
And
know?
they maintaining it too,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And like, I mean, there's literally books out that's literally called How to Control the Negro Mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
like you gotta think on that scale that it's all fucked up. Like
Yeah.
it ain't never gonna, and once that's fixed, it's gonna be something else and
Else.
something else, and you
Yep.
know. So
Yep.
that's why I
And
was, remember what I was saying, the authentic being you and all of that, right? Like
mhm.
you're gonna have to figure out how you can orchestrate yourself and keep your morals and your uh things that you won't cross amongst that ugly and evil stuff.
Yeah.
And
And like that's like I legit told my wife this, and I just feel like that's funny that like you said that, because I have reached a point to where um it's just all of the expectations that I once had about any and everything. I feel like I'm transferring that weight from, oh, I need you to be the best whatever, because in my mind I know that when I'm within my moments, I try to be the best within that moment. Everybody don't have that perspective, and I can't blame you for not having that perspective because you have your own life experiences. So
right,
I
right,
told her like last night, I'm kind of drawing back that whole, I need everybody around me to be this all-star and be a star within your role. You may not think on that wavelength. Like that's how I think. I
right,
want to really move my moments. I want to have this be a, like every time I'm doing a set, I want to have it to be as perfect as humanly possible. If
right.
I'm if I'm working, if I'm rapping, whatever my name is attached to, I want to dominate that moment.
Yeah,
I don't want the moment to just pass me by or be small within it, be
right,
be uncomfortable, be nervous, be insecure. Nah, be within that moment. The moment is just that moment, and we gonna be in this moment, and then we gonna move past this moment. We're gonna go to the next moment, versus just like, oh man, like I'm scared to pursue this because how big the moment would be. If the moment is not gonna cost you some piece that you can't get back, or the moment is not gonna cost you your life, I feel like you should be within that moment. That's just,
Right.
but again, that's just
Right.
me.
I see that. And
Yeah.
like, and another thing, I feel like we as Black people, we're technically on the right road as far as like all of us owning these businesses. But
Mhm.
like one thing that you realize about these Black businesses and really about any idea, a Black idea or anything, no one is gonna back it until it's running. That's and like
That's facts. That's
everything,
facts.
everything needs a team, you know?
It takes a village for everything.
Right, like
For
and
everything.
like so like whenever one person is doing like 15 jobs at a time, that's why it's so straining to be a Black business owner because one, like you can't even get your family. Like we I was even taught like growing up that you shouldn't even do business with family. You know what I'm saying? And it's so backwards
Yeah.
because every
Who
community
else
except for Black people
can
do
thrive
it in
like
a
that?
family. Do it in a
Yeah.
family.
That's how
They have their family business usually, or even if they're all working, they have a formulated plan to have a pot, and they all share one pot, and they're trying to make it bigger so they can survive together because it's
that's
easier
how
to split it than to do it by yourself.
that's
But
how the world has wars are fought that way. Dynasties, what do you think a dynasty is? Like the Ming
right,
dynasty, the Genghis Khan dynasty, the Roman Empire. That's
right,
all like even if like they switch bloodlines, that's still okay. It's this bloodline has inherited the empire. And
right,
until like they all are either killed off or just die naturally, we gonna run this shit as a family, as an empire. So
right,
that same theology has trickled down into the McDonald's, the Apples, the Amazons, as
right, right,
whoever last name is attached to that business is gonna run down the fucking family tree. So
right, right,
you're absolutely right when it comes to like the Black culture, but it's just like we like our mind is so saturated, so exploited, saturated, watered down. Like we would rather motherfucking watch a motherfucker twerking all day than to put in work to build a fucking business or it's but like and I was telling like my mom this because like whenever I go back home, even like my hometown Maywood, last time I was out there fucking seeing just a lot of Hispanics moving in, and it's slowly gonna become a Melrose Park. It's gonna slowly become a Cicero. Those are heavily like Hispanic towns. Like Maywood don't even have a grocery store.
right, right,
Like it's shit like that. And for like the longest, it was predominantly Black people in Maywood. Like my whole time living out there, my 22 and a half years of living in Chicago, Maywood was predominantly Black. It's slowly but surely becoming Hispanics because
yeah,
um everywhere within the city, like rent 12, 13, like 12 or $1,300, that's the low end. You gotta make
yeah,
2, 3 times that shit. You gotta have $1,000 down. You gotta have a $1,500 security. Like they just hustling shit. But with the Hispanics, they got it to where okay, mama, papa, you take care of like the kids. You cook, you clean. Daddy and mama gonna work 2, 3 jobs. Pablo and this and the third. They gonna work. They gonna go to school. They go like it's a system in place.
right.
You know, so like Black people don't really have that because we trying to buy love with materialistic shit, or we just our mind is saturated.
I see, and I'm gonna be the advocate on that because like if you think about it, it ain't nothing wrong with like having fun. I mean,
No, it's not.
technically, it ain't nothing wrong with shaking ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing wrong with like all of those beautiful things. I feel like I don't know. It's both sides because I feel like we can do both.
Yeah, of course.
We can labor and then enjoy the fruits of our labor. But I feel like a lot of Black people think that we have to pick one or the other. and just because someone else isn't into it doesn't mean that you got to be into it and whatnot. And those are the fundamental things of a team is understanding. Unless it's a dictatorship, you feel me? Like that's the only way I could think of it, where one person could just run that and tell everybody shut up and type, and we all know how that goes. Those businesses usually crumble just off the rip of the hatred of the people under them, Diddy
Right.
and all sorts of other people. Yeah, but I spoke too hard on that. I no respect to Diddy. I don't know y'all situation. I don't even research any of that. But like as far as like Black people, I feel like we have to start with understanding first. Understand the next Black man or next Black
Right.
woman who
Yeah.
you'll have an uncomfortable conversation saying how they made it through the streets, but that's just how they had to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? And have that uncomfortable conversation with the other side to be like, it don't always got to be like that. We don't always have to pick up the gun, or we shouldn't ever
Right.
have to pick up the gun, let alone like on, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, I just feel like that's where it starts, is the understanding, being able to openly express ourselves without each other tearing each
Judgment.
other's necks
Yeah.
down. And yeah, that's how we build the ground up from a team. And then once
Mm-hmm.
you have the understanding, that's whenever you build in putting in the prospective jobs. Everybody wants to be the captain. It's nothing wrong with that feeling, because that feeling of wanting to, like,
Lead.
especially
Yeah.
when things are going bad, you're just like, come on, bro, just let me take over, bro. You suck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
easy to do that.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the time, whenever people do that, like they end up realizing that they wasn't fit for the job at all. And they like, damn, they respect that person now. Like, oh shit, this dude actually kind of knew what he was talking about. Kind of like whenever you learn a lesson the hard way, you like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, now I
You.
see.
Yeah. You.
I
You.
see now.
You value it more when like you paid for that sense, as like my mom say, like that was bought sense. Like you actually paid a hefty tab for this sense. You just didn't stumble into it, or you took heed. You actually tried testing and was proven invalid in
Right,
what you did.
right, right,
So now you have a more ingrained perspective. It's not just something that was just taught, learned one time, and you moved on, or it's something that a motherfucker is telling you. It's something that you yourself have. Okay, nah, this is not how that shit work at all.
right, right,
You
right.
know?
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like that's what I want to build. That's what I want to build my team off of, and I feel like that's why I don't have much of a team right now, is because of that. And like, I'm not gonna say that it's both sides on every angle, because I mean, I'm a hard headed dude. Like, and I'm fire. I'm built with fire. I'm gonna say it hard, like, hey, bro, you're wrong. Stop.
Right.
And like,
Yeah.
they're like, don't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
the type of relationships it be, and then it's just like boom. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of the things I gotta work on, and I once people realize, once we reach an understanding and we can actually make something happen without all of that hate shit and all that weird shit, and I feel like we could really build a whole nother Wall Street. And of course people try to tear it down, but the legacy always moves on, for sure.
Absolutely. And speaking of legacy, I know you mentioned something called DFW. Is
Mm-hmm.
like, can you kind of elaborate on that? Because I feel like that's something that can be a legacy piece as well.
Okay. So DFW is Dallas Fort Worth. It's a metroplex, kind of like Columbia District in a way, like
Right.
how it's
Okay.
this area of cities. That's
Hmm.
where the DFW is. The metroplex is an area of cities. It's Dallas, Fort Worth, and that's everyone. That's like the label names of all of it. But you have places like Arlington, which have its own name. That's where I'm from, Arlington. Places like even DeSoto, Grand Prairie,
Shout out to them. Yeah.
Duncanville. There's a whole bunch of cities in the DFW that low key
Mhm.
we have a whole bunch of talent, all stars, like people who
Yeah.
made the NBA, NFL, all of that. And it's not just Dallas and Fort Worth. Dallas is where everybody goes, and that's the city. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
that's like the main attraction. Everybody talks about Dallas. You go to another
Mm-hmm.
state, and then I'd be like, I'm from Arlington. Then they're like, "Where's that? What is that?" And then you'd be like, Dallas area. And I have a cousin over there. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit. Yeah.
Like, yeah. So like, DFW, okay. I talked about Dallas. Dallas is like the city, you know, people I would say even a lot of streets, you know, Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, all of those places, and Fort Worth. You know, I made fun of Fort Worth. My girl is from Fort Worth, but yeah, I love y'all Fort Worth people too. But I always say they have the ranch in the hood, and nobody goes around Fort Worth by themselves unless you from there. And I'm not saying, I guess in a cutthroat way too, but you'll just be lost mainly because it's like where is everything? You know, Dallas has the main attractions. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you can go downtown, go to this certain type of restaurant and whatnot. You gotta know somebody from Fort Worth and be like, hey, take me to this place, take me to Stormies or whatever. And like, I don't even
Mm-hmm.
really like Stormies. But yeah. And then Arlington. No one is really technically born in Arlington. I was technically born in Dallas, but like I'm from Arlington, bro. I've been in Arlington since I was 4. So like Arlington, no one is from Arlington. I was the first my generation. I graduated 2012, but
Mm-hmm.
like we was the first generation where everybody came in, and it was really technically a whole bunch of, like, no disrespect to white people, but white people there before, like, you know what I'm saying, us. And we was the generation that came in, and now everybody is like Arlington. We love Arlington, from like the splurges to everybody else. And I don't know, bro. It's a lot of politics with it, I guess, like dumb politics that I really don't care about in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. But like, yeah, I feel like the DFW, I'll say we're solid but separate. Solid but separate. We do things on our own and then get mad whenever like we're doing it on our own type shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause
So.
it's just, I feel like that's our gap, is that because we're from everywhere, bro. Like my pops
Mm-hmm.
is literally from New York and my mom is from Oak Cliff. You feel me? So like,
Mm-hmm.
imagine the culture shock,
Right.
like, with
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like my pops almost beat up somebody just because they called him dog. And of course he's like a little older. He's older, so someone called him dog, and like, it was, I guess it's not, he's not used to that type of slang or whatever. And I might even be saying the wrong word, but he was about to literally beat somebody up down here just because they said that. And it's like, no, it was fool, calling somebody a fool. He was like, I'm not no fool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the culture shock with us
Yeah.
down here. We're just like misunderstanding each other. Like, this is how I talk, bro. No, it kind of sounds like you talking funny, being funny, then boom, people fighting them. Yeah, that's how the DFW is.
Yeah. Definitely.
But we're all
Definitely.
talented though. Like it's like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. We just so cold. What you mean, Dallas?
Yeah.
We them from the
Yeah.
Mavericks. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys right now. We always have talent. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Rangers. Shoot, even the Dallas Stars. Come on, man, get with the program, everybody. Texas all day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Texas is definitely, I feel like, is undervalued for just a lot of just historical people, man. For real, for real. Like,
Mhm.
and musically, like, man, you got UGK, you got Scarface, you got Soft Spoken
Scarface is one
Walker.
of my favorite rappers ever.
Man, fucking
If I can
dog.
get a song with hey, if you ever hear this, Scarface, I need a song with you immediately. Too Bright
Like,
Shine, TOO Bright Shine. I
like
need
his
that feature, or me be on your song.
definitely
I don't
that.
care.
Definitely that. Like his Tiny Desk a masterclass. Like it's just so much talent, and then you guys got y'all own culture and like y'all own swag, like how like y'all pimp out the cars and shit like that. Like
And it's
just like
all different too, bro. It's
like
crazy
yeah.
because like I'm sorry to interrupt, but like Dallas, right? Dallas, we gonna have like the slabs, and really it's a new generation because most people have like Chargers and fast cars now, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But like Dallas, we got the slabs, and California got the low riders and
Riders,
whatnot.
yeah.
Nah, it's a difference between a lowrider and a slab. You feel me? A lowrider, you know, you hitting hydraulics, got the little small rims, you know what I'm saying, cruising down the street, you know.
Mhm.
Bro, in Dallas, bro, we got 24-inch rims. What you mean? Like they kind of doing away with that a little bit, but that's our like 24-inch rims, big ass
That's
speakers in the
dope.
back. You know what
That's
I'm
dope.
saying, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, shit.
Sounds
We check
in the
out
trunk
shit
and shit.
completely different. And Houston too. Houston even do it different than us. And it's in Texas. It's like 4 hours away, you know, roughly, unless you're speeding. But like you go to Houston, then they have the 100 spokes and the rims that poke out and they could scrape
Mm.
your arm off.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like we got mean culture over here. The culture is crazy.
Like
I ain't gonna lie.
that's something that like I definitely want to. I feel like definitely me being a rap artist slash DJ definitely is three places I really need to visit. New York,
Yeah.
because that's the motherfucking mecca of all
Right.
things hip hop. I would definitely want to go back there as an adult because I went when I was a motherfucking shorty. Like, so I don't really remember a lot, but I definitely want to go to New York, Atlanta, and
Mm.
Texas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's kind of
those
like
are
I've been to all three, but I've only glanced at New York. You know, my pops is from New York, and I went whenever I was like a youngin. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like I don't really remember a lot, but I know that I always said the next time I go to New York, bro, I'm gonna make that a whole event. Forget all
type
that.
shit
That's
for
like
real
my
though.
roots. You know,
Yeah,
because you want to know what's funny, bro? Like, I'm a rapper from here, but I don't sound like any artist from the DFW at all, brother. Like, I would be a misrepresentation to say that I would be the face of Dallas. I would, or Arlington for that matter, because I'm my own person. My roots is so deep, like as far as like New York and like other places that's not here, that the only thing I can claim is that I'm from here. You know what I'm saying?
type
But
shit. Yeah,
even how I talk, bro, is different. And I know I'm kind of Southern. I kind of talk Southern, but I talk proper to these motherfuckers, bro. Like I
yeah,
talk, you know what I'm saying?
because
Like,
like even with like Myron, you can hear the accent. With like you, is not as strong.
yeah, and he's from
Yeah,
Louisiana. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But it's kind of we got mad love for each other. Louisiana and Texas, we got a little thing, you know. But like as far as like that's why I feel like another reason why I'm at where I'm at is because first off, I'm not a crash dummy. As much as people want to put grind and crash dummy together, I'm not a crash dummy to just move to a random ass place and kick it with y'all. I'll go out there and do a show for y'all for sure, but nah, I feel like Texas is my home, and I'm not saying that I'm not willing to travel, but like as far as stay, I feel like I want to build an empire for rappers like me here. You know, because there's
Type
other
shit.
rappers like me here, but you know, I feel like the lyrical geniuses is it's kind of hard out here for us. So like I just I want to build my empire here in Arlington, Texas. But like it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just gonna take some time for y'all to like grasp my sound and understand who I am. And once you understand the pain I've been through and you relate, that's gonna be more of like your touch with me. But you know, a lot of rappers they tie like their location with them, and that's why people fuck with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
of
I'll
course.
say I can't. I'm not gonna be that rapper. To That's how my growth to my spurt to fame and whatnot. That's not gonna happen like that.
I just I feel like that has always been kind of like tangled up into like the rap game because it kind of sets a precedent. It kind of plants the flag wherever you're speaking from. It plants the flag there. So you look at NWA.
Yeah.
Even though everybody was not from Compton, like that was kind of like where like the group was kind of centered in like Compton, or even like I mentioned like Chief Keef, like or Dirk, like they claim Lemron, Oblak, like it's kind of like it's
Right.
always been kind of weaved into like the art form, like you always supposed to love like your hood. That's why, and To be honest, I really don't know why, but it just speaks to just how much motherfuckers misinterpret Tupac. Even though Tupac was born in Baltimore and lived in Harlem with like his mom and this and third, you know, when he moved to Oakland, that's when he kind of got like his G-Funk sound and just kind of like he got adopted by like the West Coast culture. And people
Right,
be like,
right,
oh no, Tupac not from California. Like you gotta look at it. He had the same impact as Kobe. Kobe was born in Pennsylvania, but he's
right,
synonymous with West Coast culture.
right.
Synonymous. You
But you
know,
know, like with that, right? I feel like Pac, it's kind of like how he is from the West Coast, though. Like he is, like people try to take that away from him. Like
yeah,
I can't. I feel like you can take away maybe the banging and whatnot, but like just because you're not born from somewhere doesn't mean you're not from somewhere.
from there.
Like, and I'll say that,
In a way,
and it's
yeah.
vice versa. Just because you're born from somewhere doesn't mean that you're from there. I could talk about Dallas all day, but technically, I was just born there. Like, I'm from Arlington. You feel me? I am
Right.
from Arlington, even though that's not on my birth certificate or none of that. I'm from Arlington, and I feel like that's what Pac did. Is that he found himself there.
In Oakland,
Like,
yeah. Right.
I
And
feel like they found whenever you find yourself in a place, I feel like that's where you end up being from, in a sense. I won't
and
say you get old and then you just like boom, I've been here for a year and I love it here and this is where I'm from. I'm just talking about like, bro, I literally know where every corner store is, every gas station person knows me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, bro. Like you walk, you know the city like the back of your hand. Like you know your neighbors, the other neighbors, the people from across the block. You're from there. You feel me?
Right.
Like you know all
Yeah.
the cues and the words and all of that. Like where to be at for the lit functions, for the weed and all of that. You're gonna be like, this is where I'm from. Whenever you can't do that in the area. Low key, you're not from there. I feel like, my opinion.
Type shit. Yeah, that or you kind of just exist there type shit. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Like I definitely hear you on like that, man. But is this even like when I moved to Elkhart, it's 30 minutes from like South Bend. Like even like being in Elkhart, because this is where like my wife is from.
Yeah.
It's definitely feel like a more my style type town, even though it's very rural and I come from a major city. But like
Yeah.
even going back home every now and then, like because I've gotten so used to the pace out here, back like I can't stand the traffic back home. Like I always didn't really care for the traffic, but
Right.
especially now because it's just like motherfuckers be cutting you off so crazy back home and fuck driving downtown. Like even when I stayed in the city, if I had to do anything downtown, I used to always Uber downtown. I never drove downtown. That's crazy to fuck like to like think about. Like you got a whole car, but I would rather spend money to Uber versus dealing with traffic. That's how fucked up
Right.
driving
Nah,
down
bro.
downtown is.
I'm telling you, fam, you hate it there, you would hate it here. Well, I mean, from Dallas, Fort Worth, especially Arlington, you gonna get you some traffic on a bucket. In a huge bucket, they're gonna hand it to you, and you're gonna have the asshole drivers that's gonna flick you off. And they're crazy out here. They're low key wave a gun at you. You know what I'm saying? Like on the cool, you can't play around in Texas, but nah, for real. But like, yeah, bro, you can't. People be driving crazy out here, bro. If anyone want, like, y'all need to get away from Texas. Public service announcement. Everybody, leave Texas. Y'all can't drive. Growing up, I never experienced y'all, and y'all just started experiencing y'all. I feel like y'all from California. Y'all need to go back.
Shit,
All
well,
love to y'all, though. All love to y'all. But yeah, y'all low key can't drive. Everybody can't drive.
yeah, you gotta let it be known then, gang.
Nah,
That's
for real,
funny.
bro. They cannot drive. But DFW though, I feel like it's a beautiful place to visit though. I really think you should, bro. If
Yeah,
you do
yeah, nah.
come hit me up immediately. I'll take you to
Of,
all the food
of
spots, bro.
course. Of course, nah, yeah, because
You gonna gain weight with me, bro. I
that's
may
something.
look little.
It Nah, like even like, bro, that's one thing I would really wish I could have put in a motherfucking suitcase, backpack, and brought out here, bro. Everything is so motherfucking commercial out here. It's probably like I can probably name about 5 places that's authentic, but being in a major city, especially down south, they're not every
Yeah.
down south state got a staple. Like Memphis, they
Right.
got the ribs and barbecue. Texas got barbecue and a slew of like the Texas steaks. You know, like
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, bro. Like man, I would love to get introduced to like that culture. Like my sister stays in Arlington too. Like she was born in Chicago, but she's from Texas.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
she country the motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
means you like them horses. You probably from Fort Worth then. No, no. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, these food places is crazy. Especially, I ain't even gonna lie. I fuck with DFW food, from the Hall's Chicken to all the beautiful places that I go to all the time. Elaine's Kitchen in South Dallas, and that's a Jamaican spot and whatnot. It's all beautiful. But let me tell y'all, Houston got that food, bro. I be going there and I low key be crying a little bit while eating, bro.
Like, why
Boy.
is this shit
I
so
went to this soul,
good?
I went to this soul food place, bro, and they had some. I got some oxtails one time, bro, and I'm talking about, man. It changed my life. Y'all go check them out. It's called Esther's Kitchen. Yeah, bro, that is fire. I'm promoting y'all. Y'all better put some money in my pockets. I'm promoting all y'all people. But yeah,
Shout out them, man. So being from the DFW, bro, like, what is it like performing live there, bro? Like, kind of like tell like the people like how like that atmosphere is.
bittersweet, bittersweet. I'll say it's more of the anticipation towards the performance, cause like
Than anything,
I
yeah,
told
felt
you,
that.
because I feel like people are just so quick to judge, bro. Anyone, and I'm speaking this from the most humble place ever. If
Hmm.
you see me perform, you're gonna fuck with it in a way, at least in some type of way. Because I'm at least gonna go by the textbook and say delivery and saying the words without any vocals in the back, saying my words fully and powerfully, and like crowd interaction, everything. Because whenever it goes in, everybody's fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? There might be a couple people in the back, but like I'll be seeing y'all be nodding y'all head. I see it. They, but like it's bittersweet because of like the I guess really is more of the because of the scene, because artists low key don't be wanting to hear other artists all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Cause we be at shows all the time, especially if you really doing this shit. You be at shows all the time, bro. And like
Mhm.
you just overload of music, overload. I feel
Mhm.
like that's what it mainly is than anything. I won't just say pure hate, even though there is a lot of pure hate out there. But
Mhm.
like I feel like a lot of people are just tired and just I mean, like, I ain't fucking with you right now, sometimes. But like I said, once I get halfway through that verse, bruh, I'm standing up and saying this. Once I get halfway through that verse, they standing up. They at
Yeah.
least looking at me like this,
Like,
like
like,
all
like,
wide
damn,
eyed.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, that bro, like that's like the best feeling ever, bro. Like that's something that not like on a rapping level I have not yet like performed, but even like the wedding I just DJ'd a few weeks ago, like bro, and this is not to be on no arrogant shit. I didn't
Yeah,
sweat. I didn't sweat that whole set because
yeah,
that's like, and I was just watching a clip from Deion Sanders when like you're in your purpose, when you're living like your your destiny, work is not work. Like it's just
right,
it flows like that
right,
quote that Bruce Lee said, don't think, feel. I kind of revised that, don't think, just flow. Like
right,
that's how like I be when I'm DJing, bro. I be flowing. Like
right,
and
right,
fucking I had recorded like the first 30 minutes of like that set, and like I did $1 Million Baby to beat it. And like right after I transitioned that song, this lady was like, "Hey, can like you play that?" I'm like, "Lady, I'm flowing. Like, did you not just hear that shit? Like, I'm flowing. Like, don't like." And I get people want to vibe and but let me cook real quick. I don't like that's like the only thing I do not like about DJing. When like you DJing in like a public space, motherfuckers want to like throw off the whole groove, like, oh, play woo woo woo. Gee, like, okay, like, let me cook, especially like if like the shit is like flowing smooth, and I'm blending different genres, like let me cook.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel that like that passion is passion, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't. It's funny because I was in this group called VOE, and it was this guy named Rowdy. Shout out to Rowdy, and like that, I really love that group. I left because just for like personal spiritual purposes. It's nothing personal, but like yeah, Rowdy. He was like, man, I treat this like a job, and I was like, hey, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't treat it like a job because whenever I go to work, I half-ass that shit. I don't want to be there. I'm sleepy and all that. Fuck that. Like I don't want to do this. I just have to do this
Right.
type shit. So like rap, I don't look at it as like work. I look at it as passion and doing what I love. Like doing what I love. Like following my dreams for real. Because it's like you think about it, it's like, man, this whenever you get that feeling, that rush, whenever you up there doing your shit, like from DJing or from whenever it's me just like performing and just letting it out, like it's a different feeling, bro. Like nothing can take that away,
For real.
And that's what defines you. Those moments that put those chills down, you know what I'm saying? That's what defines you. So no one else can define you whenever you're living in your passion and your purpose.
Yeah.
Like no one can tell you who you are. They're gonna try to tell you who you are. There's so many people try to be like, you're an audio engineer. Even in the article, like no disrespect to Focus, I was he put audio engineer. Kind of like I was like, nah, I'm a rapper. Like I know it's a crazy term nowadays and people ain't fucking with it, but I'm a rapper. Like I rap. I rap my ass off. I be in this bitch spitting. Like you're gonna be impressed type shit. So like I defined myself and I was like, I'm a rapper. I'm not an audio engineer. I'm not a warehouse worker. I'm not a person on social media just posting songs. People will try to define you, bro, and you're like, nah, bro. Like I define myself with this. This is who I am. I'm a rapper, and there's nothing or what. Even if I do these in between time things, does not mean that I'm not a rapper still. I'm just a rapper doing this.
Yeah, and that's something that I really don't get why the world loves to do that. Like, and is this? I feel like as a collective, humanity is insecure as fuck when like you think about it, because how can I tell you who you are?
Right.
Like, I have never, and you would like, and this is not just with me. This is with anybody you meet. You never really know nobody because you met your parents at a certain age, and like you were a child, so like you were developing your mind. So when you meet them, you're probably like 2 or 3 really to, oh, okay, these are like my parents type shit. So even like my mom mentioned, because she had my when she graduated high school, she was pregnant with my brother. She was walking across the stage pregnant. So like she said, like, I grew up with your sister and like your brother. Like, I was learning who I am while learning them too. So I just feel as if you never really know nobody. Like, so it's just like you can't put nobody within like a box, because like I mentioned to my sister, I feel like God gives us all gift bags.
And the crazy thing that you're saying, it leads to saying that the only one who knows that person is themselves.
That's it, bro. Like, because
where you more than anybody know you, and nobody else will know you like you know you.
Right. Because where you are, there you are. Like, right now my wife is at work. I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know what she's feeling. Who's really around her? Like it sounds when we go to sleep. I don't know what she's dreaming. I don't know what she's feeling, and like that's but like that also because I'm very nerdy if like you have not picked up on that shit. But like it's just I'm a spiritual nerd too. Like just
Yeah.
with that being said, just seeing the versatility of God is just something just you marvel at that shit, bro. Like it's crazy that like man, like even with like animals, with how shit just flows so smoothly, bro. That shit is so dope to me, bro. Like everybody
Yeah.
is uniquely them, even good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. That shit is so cold, bro. Like man, God is really just awesome because with nature, with animals, with human beings, everything is so versatile. You know,
Right.
set up in a certain way for a reason, and I love that. So
And like I'm spiritual and intellectual too. I even say that in the song. I just dropped the song called "The Brightest Star." The spiritual,
uh,
intellectual, lyrical. That's the man whose body won't let him settle for typical. I've been promoting that song heavy. But yeah, like I'm very
okay,
spiritual and intellectual. It's funny because like I almost try to numb my spirit and my intellect for experiences in life, and I'm guilty of it, bro. It's so crazy, fam. Because it's just like I be feeling like sometimes you be knowing all of this shit and seeing everything for exactly how it
that
is.
is. Ooh, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's just like, bro, it's like, damn. It almost makes life not as pleasing sometimes. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying like like it's almost like when Adam and Eve ate the apple and they realized they was naked. Like they was like, oh shit, you know, like you
Got you.
just sitting there like, oh shit, like life is real.
Like, but
That's how.
even with that example, now
Yeah,
that like I'm older and I'm getting more in depth into like everything. Even with that example when Adam and Eve ate the apple, like I feel like that was the first example of many things, but the first example of just being distracted from like your being. Like the apple, like symbolizes just the um going away from like your nature. Like you
right,
were
right,
like God instructed them, do not eat from this tree for a reason. So it's just
right.
like when you do that now, like oh shit, like I'm a human being.
Yeah,
Oh shit, it was God told them not to do that for like a reason, bro. Like it and like yeah, like you kind of feel that I guess a shame when like you walk away from a spiritual instruction. You try to do it like yourself,
yeah, yeah. That's called the
Yeah,
spirit. Literally, we ain't
yeah,
already got it. You know what I'm saying? Like people, everybody. It's crazy, right? Because technically everything is spiritual, regardless if you want it to be or not. You know,
that's
and like
facts.
the powers that be, like is all things that are unseen.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't know if I can't even see it. Like I don't really go too deep anymore. That's whenever I put back my like, because that's how you get in the rabbit holes. Life is so deep, bro. Like for
It
real.
is.
If you
Yeah, for real though.
just a simple Google search on like simple shit, like like all the people who wrote the Bible and like what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like just like all sorts of stuff. Like you just it just takes simple research and then you just sitting there like, oh shit, this is whenever it gets real. Then it's like the ugly truth. And then you be like, all right, it's time to shut that shit down. Cause like what the fuck? It's getting weird. Like, you know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying?
Nah, like I only
Like I
saw it
don't
from.
even like the fact that like they took like African teachings and made like religions. Like that's so weird to me, bro. Like
Mhm.
even like modern day, like shit like that, right? They taking slavery out the books. That's in one of my songs too, called Life. But like, yeah, they took slavery out the books in Texas, and it's just like, what's up with y'all? Like, like,
Yeah.
like they literally try to mold our knowledge. So what is knowledge? Like,
Right. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
just
Knowledge.
rabbit hole,
Knowledge
bro.
is something that's I guess, not necessarily. Most knowledge is universal, but any knowledge can be re-altered.
Right.
Can be presented in a different light, given new
Even
evidence. Yeah.
even with like the language, like the
How
Hebrew
we
language, and they
Yeah.
translate it, like a
Yeah.
lot of it be different. Like
Even
even just by context, you just googling that. Like it's just it's just weird. I don't fuck with it.
even
It's like I feel like someone's orchestrating. Clearly, we already know there's people orchestrating our lives and whatnot, but like it's literally feels like somebody with a puppet with strings with us sometimes. For
I
real.
felt that, but I was talking to my uncle-in-law on Mother's Day, and like I said, it's fascinating that somebody's manifest destiny or theology from way back when. Even, I watched a documentary on Netflix called Mark from the Beginning.
Yeah.
Um, and just like how the manifest destiny of Prince Henry, just the fact being like, oh, anything black is like evil. So that's
Right.
why kind of like the slave trade got popping, because we need to govern anything black. We have to get these beast-like creatures under control. Like what? Like the fact that you can think
You
that
know,
and
right?
manipulate
And
others.
they came up with that shit out our ass because whenever they saw us, bro, we was flourishing in our civilization.
That's what I'm
Like
like. For real though.
people
Like
think
yeah,
that we were just like Africans in a hut and shit.
and
Like,
like
nah, bro.
barbaric and
Like
shit
you
like
got
that.
to think
Nah,
of like our old predecessors, our black predecessors, like the Incas and the Aztecs.
and the
The way that y'all
Zulus.
give
Yeah,
them, the way that y'all give them, because we already was understanding science and made roads and all this, that, and the third.
yeah.
We've been all over the world and literally been in even the whitest places like England, like literally have rulers there. So I mean, like, I don't, I don't know, bro. That's why that information stuff, man. I try to like, I don't know, shut it off. I move with love. That's like my religion, and God like is who I believe in. But love is my religion, and I feel like the more love we spread, the better it'll be. It ain't gonna answer all the problems, but it'll at least ease all the pain. And
I felt that. Yeah,
I
felt
feel
that.
like we're broken. Societies today, like you sit here and talk to a random lady in the grocery store, and you just get to talking to her, she'll bust out crying in the grocery store. And I'm saying this from experience. Like, bro, it's crazy times, bro.
Yeah, because a lot of people just want to be comprehended, man. And like I feel like with like me, like I kind of mentioned, like taking that responsibility off of everybody, not just few people. Just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Um, just like taking that responsibility away from everybody, just feeling as if like, okay, I need you to be this, I need you to be that, like just understanding myself, having discernment for myself, having discernment over situations, not just, oh, okay, you came up short in this scenario. Like I said, it's just like I can't fault nobody anymore for not comprehending me or misinterpreting
Right.
me, because I'm
Right.
I'm I'm not I'm like I said last night to like my wife, I'm the obvious mystery. Like I can be so upfront, so obvious, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what but
Yeah.
it's but I mean, it is what the fuck it is. That's why like I started doing a podcast, bro, just so that people voices can be heard, and people
Right.
gonna like interpret what they want from these interviews. But if for real, I mean,
No, for real.
we not
Cause you know
talking
the vision.
in
You know
code.
the vision. I fuck with this for real. Cause I feel like people need to hear like the other side of things. Cause this is like it's a it, the world is just so filled with hate. Like I was saying, bro. Like that's why I move with love, bro. That's why that's my religion, bro. Cause it's like fuck all this bullshit, bro. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of this type. You know, like
Yeah,
I'm tired of living life with so much hate in my heart. I have so many reasons to have hate in my heart and live by hate. And every single time I've seen people do that, they crash.
exactly,
Crash
and
hard too. And I'm not saying everybody don't end up crashing eventually, but I
but
would
not
rather
off of that.
crash out with this on my heart than that.
And and that's like a perfect segue into probably the most important topic of today, probably the most relatable topic that we're going to touch on today, your baby mama situation.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and like I got maybe like a hour and 30 minutes kind of left to spare. But
Yeah.
um, you know, again, even if we got to pick this shit up off the call, this is
Oh
something
yeah.
that um we can definitely really hit home at, because I'm having a very similar situation. But I'm gonna let you have like the floor, bro. Again, be as long winded as you want, but yeah, definitely tap into what you're experiencing right now with that.
Okay. I'll start off with put yourself on child support. I'm gonna say that off the rip for any father who thinks whatever is all good or whatever. Put yourself on child support. Put yourself on child support. Put yourself
Mm,
on child support, bro.
mm,
Cause at least unless you're that type of person where you care about money more than your child. I mean, like whatever. I ain't gonna speak on that, but like put yourself on child support if you were a person who feels like the baby mother has a plan of fleeing or doing anything. Gee, shit, it really can get real dirty whenever nothing is in the court system. I'm not gonna
mm,
sit here and lie to you, and a lot will be getting away with because of double standards. Um, just so much that could play out to where you will lose and you will not be able to see your child for very long periods of time. And God bless you if you are in that situation, because I'm in that situation. God bless you, bro. Like for real. From father to father, anybody who's dealing with being away from their child right now, I'm praying for you, bro. Cause I just want people to pray for me for real on that. Like I miss my daughter. Like I was the type of father that felt like the times was more priceless than any dollar I've ever spent or whatever. And like I was just the type of father to always be in my daughter's face. Like if I'm not in my daughter's face, it's because I was like doing homework or just like practicing or whatever. And even whenever I'm practicing, I could rap to my daughter. She liked my
mm.
music. She would sing my songs to me. You know, yeah, like that. My daughter. I've never put my daughter in any type of harmful situation ever, bro. And anyone who wants to argue that, I don't even really want to argue that. I'm just gonna tell you straight up what it is. I've never put my daughter in a harmful situation ever, and like whenever you in toxic relationships and you battle with a woman and like you're just sitting there wondering why everything is going on, and like you low key just living your life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like as a real nigga, in most real nigga perspectives, you just living your life, right? And like you just trying to take care of everything, like from work, school, music,
Deals,
just
yeah.
flipping everything, being a
Mm-hmm.
jack of all trades. I was
Mm-hmm.
making beats at one time. I was doing all that too. Like I went. That's why I feel like it took just taking me longer, if you ask me. But yeah, I doing all of those things and completely disregarding and acting like I just wasn't trying, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like what's funny is I'll say it. I could be wrong in a lot of those situations. I could have with my baby mother. Yes. Leave her. That's another thing I'm gonna tell all y'all fathers who's sitting here wondering if you should stay. If she's not good for you, leave her, bro. For real, bro. Don't wait till that situation gets crazy whenever she literally hitting on you or whatever. Whatever the situation may be, we ain't even gonna air nothing out. I'm not even the type to talk about any type of situation like that to make anybody name bad. So I'm gonna just keep it as PG as possible. Just leave. You feel me? Leave. Leave that bitch. Find you another girl. Shit, smoke a blunt. Do whatever, bro. And all the things that people talk about don't do, I say do. On me. For real, bro. Do it. And put yourself on child support. And watch. Everything that everyone says, it doesn't matter because it's on document. And it's sad that it has to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because from a real nigga perspective, right? A real nigga perspective, you just want it to be like, hey, we have this understanding. If we break off or whatever, we can at least talk about decision making and like we could just co-parent and do it like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you expect. That's what you expect. But look, bro, put yourself on child support, bro. Leave her, find you something else, you know, because I'm actually in a healthy relationship now, even though I deal with toxic stuff with the relationship now, it is nothing like any of
Okay.
the, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Got that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, boom. Another thing, as so any person who I might be a different type of person, and I know a lot of people just do this off the rip, and it may be easy for some people. But like, if someone is hitting you, bro, like just hitting you, leave and never talk to them again. You feel me? And not even, and if you share the child with that person, boom, child support. Like I said, and I already told you to leave her. So if you already left, then you don't have to worry about her touching you just because she didn't have her way or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or trying to sit here and be mad or like making you take a L on something. You know what I'm saying? Like your job or a life expense or something like that. Leave her, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna get better, bro. 100. But like, as far as like any type of situation with a baby mother, I feel like it should be less talking and more like with her, you gotta be a robot, bro. You show the love to the child and then do it like that. But like there ain't no like, hey, how you doing? Or none of that, bro. I'm sorry. Like for real. I feel like you should just keep it as cordial as possible. What time am I supposed to pick up my child? Boom. And from there. And be able to do it every single time possible, even if you have to work, bro. Even if you have to work, because you can find another job. Because that was another okay, boom. My situation starting off right. She moves to another state, or even I'll start before that. She petitions that she's saying, like, I'm thinking about moving to another state. And me, I'm like, nah. Like, wow. And it's a different state that I can't even really live in. I know I'm not going to be able to live in. I'm not even going to go into the specifics of that.
Okay.
But, like, boom. Makes the decision, right? And then does it, right? First double standard. If a male is to take a child anywhere, what if
That's
I did the
kidnapping.
same thing she did? That's kidnapping.
Yep.
Off the rip.
Heard that.
Off
Heard
the
that
rip.
before.
And I was mad. That's another thing I'm gonna tell y'all. Don't be too mad to make a decision.
I like
Don't
that.
be too mad to make a decision, bro. Make that decision even with all the rage in your heart, bro. For real. Cause I ain't even gonna lie, I folded. Cause she moved to another state. I folded. And I was bitching and complaining, blaming everybody else. And that was my fault. You feel me? But yeah, like, make that decision, bro. Put yourself on child support. Leave that bitch. She puts your hands on you. Never talk to that person again, and keep it cordial if you have a child with her. And boom, if the person moves to another state, you have to put a restraining order. This is Texas law. You have to look up your own laws for your own state. You got to put a restraining order. Make sure you braid it up, bro, because it costs a little bit of money. It costs a little bit of money, bro. So, boom, get a restraining order, and she can't leave the state, and she has to stay and get a court order in order to leave the state. And then that's whenever they do the visitation times and all of that. But I folded. I didn't do that because I was butthurt and mad, and I waited until it was too late. Because I wasn't man enough to make that decision off of my emotions. Don't move off of emotions. I know most fathers teach you that. My father taught me that. I didn't listen. You feel me? But like, boom. After that, calling and talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to see her on the phone at least. I was working night shift too, bro. Like, working night shift, and I had another job. And boom, like, my baby mama was asking for money because she broke her phone. Bro, if you have it, just fix it, bro. You feel me? Just fix it, bro. Don't be too angry and be all mad. Like, hey, she all broke. Like, yeah, that's what you get. And then only make sure that your daughter is straight. Make sure your baby mama's straight too, bro. Just get it out the way, bro. Put that money over there. Like I said, if you put yourself on child support, you don't have to worry about that. You'll already have that. Boom, the money is already sent to them, and she can't say nothing. And if she try to keep the baby from you, then you can get the law involved, and that's the only way you do it. Unless you're incognito, and then you're gonna run in and try to put people at gunpoint. But we all know that that's not gonna work for a black male or any male for that matter. So like, boom, like, you sit there and boom, you deal with that, right? After that, you got to make sure that you have an address, and write down the address, bro. Write down the address of every person that you know that is associated with her, from her mother, even her sister, all of that. Then whenever you petition the child support, you can petition it to everybody, right? Because you can't petition the problem with putting yourself on child support too late and say she goes ghost completely, like in my situation. Then boom, you can't even put yourself on child support with the petition because they could say that she never received it.
Right.
So what do you do? What do you do? Just grind, stay patient, live it, take it day by day. Like everyone says, I'm pretty sure everyone is already telling you, take it day by day. Don't feed into all the little posts about you saying this and that about you, because I know every single dude is abusive nowadays. But shoot, we want to talk about anything, man. Verbal abuse, all of that dealt with most definitely dealt with myself in my situation. So like, I'll say this, bro. Don't listen to none of that. Just keep staying the course. Keep pushing the positivity, saying that you love, push that love in your heart, bro. As much as this world try to make you turn into a gangster and you just want to crash out, bro. Just do you, be you, work hard, live every day, and you're gonna see your child one day. And right now I'm in the situation going on 2 years. 2 years. 2 very hard years where I haven't even received a picture. And some things just ain't against the law. But shoot, we all know that it ain't right.
Right.
But hey, I'm not a down type of person. That's the only thing I'm crying about nowadays is my daughter. And all that to say, bro, like, don't quit, bro. Just like how I'm doing with this rap. Anything that you doing that you believing in, as long as you're not harming nobody and you ain't degrading nobody or nothing, keep doing you and keep living your dream, and you are gonna win. Even
Say that.
whenever
Yes.
even whenever you feel like you ain't.
Say that.
Even whenever you feel like you ain't. Even when it feel like you ain't never gonna see your child again. Even though that creeps in your mind, just know it's some bullshit. It's just the devil, bro. Real talk. Smoke you a little blunt. It ain't nothing wrong with smoking. I don't care what nobody say. Shoot, have fun with your friends. It's okay to have fun and live your life while you're not able to see your child. Even though you feel like you have to stay in a crib for some reason, like being at the crib is gonna do something. And keep figuring out different ways to make money. Make money. Make money. Get rich, bro. Real talk. It's very possible, and you don't gotta sell your soul. It takes mean discipline and organization. Timing, knowing yourself, living your life, and getting right with you and God. What you see in the mirror, what do you see in the mirror? Whatever you believe in, like for real, like that's what it is. And if you confident and you able to raise your head high and be like, this is what happened, and you still feel that hurt, and you know that you need your daughter and you need your son, keep working towards it. In other words, like if you ain't, I'm sorry, bro. I guess we just ain't cut from that same cloth because I care about my child as much as people say that I don't, which is insane.
All right. Yeah. Powerful, powerful, bro. To be able to be in fatherhood together, me and you, and to not only be in fatherhood together, but to be in a unique position in fatherhood, experiencing bitterness, spitefulness, pettiness, vile things taking place
And on
because
a brighter note, I have one on the way.
all right, okay. Yes, sir. Yes,
With a
sir.
healthy relationship.
You get the
And this is how it's, let me look. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna put
you
that like right there. But
yeah.
anyway, but yeah, like with okay, on a positivity note, bro, to all the baby mothers out there who are like are them baby mamas, bro. Not even them baby mamas that are just beautiful women. who let their father in their child life and let their child in their father life, who do that just off the principle, like even if this dude is I've seen some fucked up people, bro, and they still get to at least get like, a little
Sometimes.
hug, like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
hug.
Felt that, yeah.
I would even be okay with that if that was on that note. But like, boom, all them baby mamas doing that, bro, and all them mothers doing that, all them wives doing that. Shouts out to you 100%. This is not a rant on baby mothers thinking that I have like this vengeance out for baby mamas, to even just girlfriends, no baby involved, and you are not on that, you're not on that toxic, and you helping this man progress, and you talking to him like he's a normal person, like just the basics, fundamentals, you know, being about yourself, being a woman of your word, just like you expect a man to be the man of his word. Like all of those things right there, man, salute for real.
Def-
Shout out to you. I do not want to take that away from y'all. It's a huge, weird man versus woman culture right now.
mhm.
And like, I'm so against it. So against it. Completely against it. I'm not with it. Y'all can entertain it all day. I'm not with it. I never been the gossip type of nigga. I never been to talk behind your back, but in your face, good. But like, I'm the type of person to tell you exactly what it is, and I shout out to everyone who is like that. And shout
Yeah,
out to all the fathers out there who are in the same situation, who are not, and who are in healthy situations. Kudos to every good situation too. Real talk. Cause we
definitely that.
we need to embrace more of that than what I got going on. For real, bro.
Yeah,
Cause everybody ain't like that.
yeah.
Everybody ain't.
Like,
Everybody ain't gonna keep the child away from you.
right. And the fact that God granted you another opportunity to showcase your true ability, because even in my situation, and I told my sister this a few weeks ago, I can't be judged on what type of father I am if the data don't match what's being said. You can't talk shit about somebody not being a good basketball player if they don't get the minutes.
Right,
Like,
right.
how can you gauge that without it being in proper context? A lot of
You want to
people's
know what's crazy, bro? Like, what's crazy? I know in my heart that I did the best that I could
mm,
with. I'll say I wasn't just the best person. Like I said, that's why I made that second thing. If you're not ready to be in a relationship, leave. Like all of that. Like I'll say that for real. Like that situation and like completely changed me, bro.
facts,
And
mine
like
too,
I
mine
feel
too.
like our situations need to be put in the light, and there need to be laws
Say
that
that,
is
say
changed,
that,
is completely
say
outdated,
that.
all of that. Cause it's
Yes.
like what like it should be automatic kidnapping. If she even thought about it, should be premeditated. If it's premeditated, I should be able to lock your ass up.
Yeah, that and just like the fact that like it's all contractual. Like it's moments when even when I could talk to like my daughter, my BM would be on weird shit, like, oh, talk to your dad, kind of being like weird, like weird with it, or
Yeah.
kind of like it was a moment to where my daughter used to call me Ray. I'm like, don't call me that, call me dad. But that's how um my BM addressed her to me versus, hey, talk, like your father, your dad wants to talk to you. That's how the narrative and how my name was kind of tossed around to like my daughter. But that just speaks to, again, the bitterness. Like I'm like kamikaze translate to define win. She's a define win of just bitterness. Like you would rather really poison poisoning your child is poisoning yourself. You're continuing generational curses. You're installing all the insecurities of yourself into your child because of how you feel that I did you wrong. Facts, feelings ain't always facts.
Yeah.
So with that being
And
said, it's
like,
just
yeah, bro. Like, I feel like they just, I don't know, bro. Another thing, like, whenever you angry, bro, just don't say it. Like, don't say it. As the father, you don't gotta unleash all that anger on them. Like, maybe even if you are in a healthy relationship as a father, and you're like, and they let you talk sometimes,
yeah.
and even if they say they let you talk, sometimes you unleash it out, and then they can't handle that. Just shut up. Just don't do it, bro. Like,
You know,
especially if you can, like, avoid as much conversation as you can.
I
Like, for
like
real.
I'm a I'm gonna say this about that, man. And I just feel like and this is kind of like a very, very deep perspective, but as black men, bro, we're number one as far as like restrictions. We can't do this, we can't do that. So when it comes to something that we help us, us being the father, the mother's child, and God, we help create something that's uniquely us.
Right.
What sense does that make when we as a creator to this creation is restricted from installing the things that's necessary for your child to be a functioning contributor to society, helping your child get to their destiny, helping your child get to like their purpose. Like that's my whole thing right now where I'm at with like my daughter, because it's
Yeah.
always because my BM had a son, and I can remember how my sister and my mom was painting a picture. All you got to factor in what she going through. She got 2 kids. Woo woo woo. I get all of that. All that is fine.
Right.
However, you chose as an adult to do these things. What
Right.
comes with
Right.
that? What comes with that is what comes with that. You feel me?
Right.
So,
Right.
I'm not. It's not like she calling me and saying, "Oh, can you take your, like your child?" And I'm saying, "No, no, no. You up and move from this place to that place, and we got paperwork. Like we got paperwork back at home, but she
Yeah.
she didn't she didn't null and void that shit. Like I was on $100 a month for child support, not a $100 a day or a week, a month, because
Right.
I like
Right.
because me and my BM was married too, and when I got the divorce, where like I'm from, you had to go through a parenting class if the child is under 18. It was a whole this and a third. All of 2019, bro, I was in court at least
Yeah.
once a month from the beginning of the year until December 2nd of 2019. That's when my divorce became final. I was in court. She came to the I want to say the May 19th court date and the December 2nd court date. That's it. And when she came to the court date in May, it was like she was like kind of like trying to see what was going on. She didn't really comprehend what was going on, and
Yeah.
she didn't come back until the very very last day that shit was being finalized. I had to put keep on petitioning the court because it was always something that I was missing. It was always something that, oh, you
Yeah.
forgot this, you forgot that, you forgot this, did you complete your parenting class? So I had to jump through hurdles. Didn't see my child
Man.
all of
And it's
2019.
crazy, bro, because like you they don't see that, and they're not willing to see that.
And that's
Like,
fucked up, bro.
because it's not directly dealing with
Affecting
the
them. You're
child.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
You're
it's
right.
just like, I don't know, bro. I mean, I'll say this generation is the most inconsiderate generation of all time, if you ask me. I feel like if I was to speak on anything about this generation, everybody talks shit about it. I feel like that's the main thing. What it is the most inconsiderate shit. Just like, once someone can just like survive and make it and be good without you on the cool, especially
They
if
fucked
like
up with it.
y'all been at bat with each other, it
Hmm.
can get ugly. They ditch you, Like it happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why
And,
people be having so crazy philosophies like love doesn't even exist. You know, but
right, yeah,
like
because it's so manipulated. It's contractual. Like even
right,
like I feel like I do a lot of shit in a good atmosphere and I love unconditionally. But even nowadays, I'm questioning, damn, do I really love shit unconditionally, bro? Because I have this saying, and I got this from my experience with my with like my daughter's mom. People
yeah,
sit on your love, bro. People sit on the
yeah,
fact that I know Raymond gonna show up. I know he gonna work hard. I know he gonna love me despite of how I talk to him, how I treat
mhm,
him, because that's the type of man that he is. He's a traditional man, and I'm not necessarily a traditional human being, or I have insecurities, or I have things that he chose to sit and ponder and wander and pray and meditate and do all the things necessary for him to grow. But I feel inferior because it's something in me that I'm just not dealing with. You feel me? And
right,
like it's just it kind of behooves me. Like you would rather exploit somebody's devotion for you versus meeting their energy or saying, you know what, hey, you a phenomenal person. I don't need to be around you. Let me do the best I can. But where are you at with it? Right now, nah, I can't. And
yeah, yeah, for sure. And yeah, bro. Like I just feel like I don't know, bro. They always try to make it so deep for dudes and whatnot. It's almost like the rabbit hole thing. Like
yeah,
I do research all day. You feel me? Like, and they really try to make you research how to be a man. Like that's the most vague statement ever. Like people always tell you you need a man up. You need to be a man.
hmm
Be a man for your family, man. Like that vague ass statement, I feel like is really fucking shit up in a lot of ways. I ain't gonna sit here and say that like it's not necessary in a different way. But I mean like it's like why would we have all these responsibilities when we just want to see our child? Ain't that a damn shame that it have to be I have to petition this, I have to petition that, I have to get a restraining
right.
order, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, blah blah blah.
I
And
gotta I
like
gotta
I said,
minimize I gotta minimize myself. I can't speak on certain shit that bothers me so that I can
right,
have a little bit of time. Like that's where I'm at with it. I refuse. Cause like you gotta think about it, bro. And like, you can continue to do what you feel is best. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just giving you a different perspective on the situation. Like I just feel like if you sit and just let motherfuckers just get away with shit, that it just becomes like the norm. Like where I'm at with it, you're not finna just restrict me. Like it's times where I have to drive all the way back to Chicago to see my daughter. And it's just
yeah,
like I didn't move. Like the first room that was put together was my daughter's room. Like
yeah,
I was
yeah,
sleeping in my front room on a motherfucking air mattress. Like the
yeah,
first room that was fully like furnished was my daughter room. Like she comes first in so much shit, and like rightfully so, she's my seed. And just like I don't I don't get that. But like we were saying earlier, with anything, it takes a village. And when motherfuckers are double-minded, triple-minded, quadruple-minded with everything, there's not a uniform march or a uniform goal. You get what you're experiencing, where a motherfucker's saying, oh bro, just deal with it. Oh, just do this. Maybe if you talk to her nicely, what the like if I'm being sensible, if I'm
right,
just communicating, I'm sending money, I'm buying clothes, I'm doing what a father's supposed to do, and I'm still getting restricted, I'm still getting all of this weird energy. Why should I subscribe to that? That's not what co-parenting is. And from
right,
society to family to whoever is going to say, "Oh, bro, just deal with it." Why? Like, okay, explain to me why I should just deal with pretty much degrading myself, because that's what
right,
the fuck I'm doing. And I
right,
get that it's a child involved, in what family and what society tells you, just do whatever it takes for your child. But I'm gonna lose myself. I'm gonna eventually do something. I'm gonna say something that's gonna trickle down because I'm not finna just, oh, you didn't send the money this day or you can't talk to her. Like that shit gonna start to build up, you know?
Right. Bro, like, yeah, that's where that leaving factor comes in, bro. And like knowing yourself, like you said, like knowing yourself. I just feel like in a lot of situations, I'm not gonna lie, like unless you put yourself on child support and you buttered up too, like you gotta have some money for real, bringing it in every single time you on point with all of that in the beginning stages. That's how you avoid all the other stuff that comes afterwards. But like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like even with my scenario, right? Like, who would have even known that it would have been? It had to be like that. I'm pretty sure the
Facts.
information that I unleashed to people, a majority of men didn't know.
Facts. Facts. Cause like this
Like,
shit is so
it's
it's
not
so
like
like
that's taught
right.
at all.
Like
Like, not even a little bit. Like, I literally just got the runaround until I got the facts type. Like, a lot of information that I feel like, say, a baby mother can get, they have whole organizations for them. But I mean, like, dudes do too. But I feel
not
like
on
the
that
laws,
scale.
yeah, the laws and the organizations, and it's just more for the baby mother. I think here we go. It's just big business.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't think
And it
I don't think America cares do child support to make sure the baby mother gets the money. I think that that's just a large lump sum of money that they make for themselves.
yeah,
If
that
we want to
into
go
just
there, you know. So I mean, like, it's literally a game you're playing at
right.
that point.
Yeah.
At that,
It's a
that's why I said it like that. It's not so much like I'm saying not to do those things because you like I already gave. I was like, here, put yourself on child support. That's already a L for a black male, and we already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, bro. I feel like the deeper you get with that, that's like a rabbit hole with them. With like, cause you gotta think. It really just started off as a relationship, you know, and then or even an accident, whatever the fuck your situation is. But mine was
mhm,
a relationship, and like it was supposed to be love, and then it turned into this type shit. And
right.
like
Yeah.
that's why it's really hard for like real niggas like us, you know, because we just live our lives and we're just doing our best trying to pursue our dreams.
Yeah.
We're not thinking about the snake. We're not thinking about Judas. We're low key kind of prepared, but we don't think that it's the person sitting right next to you. You
Right.
know,
Yeah. And
like
but like
who you splitting bread with, who you built a bond, and all of those beautiful things. Like it wasn't always ugly, but it turned into that, and now you just have to be open minded and figure out what you have to do to be able to see your child. If you me, just figure out what you have to do, because it's like there's so much information out there, and there's so many laws and all of that, and different state laws, different
mhm,
things like that. You know what I'm saying? Where
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
lot of my advice will not matter.
I mean, nah, but bro, it's gonna matter to somebody. Like,
No, I
always
mean like as
yeah.
far as the restraining order thing, like
Oh, okay. Okay.
say like this state be like, nah, that's not true. You have to do it this way. You know,
Type shit. Yeah. Yeah, nah,
not
but
the heartfelt. Yeah, I don't even care who feel that. Like shit.
right. Yeah. Yeah, nah, but
But like,
like
yeah,
definitely people who like, feel like how like we feel like cause I was telling like my sister shit since 2017. It's like my BM been like running the motherfucking score up, bro. Like and like she would like one thing about those tables though, bro, the motherfuckers do turn, bro. And like one thing about it, like I'm hoping like my daughter has the perspective of like, you know how like when like you have the perspective of like when like I don't know how active like you are or were around like your grandparents, you know, like you only seen your grandparents every now and then maybe, or you might have
Yeah.
lived with them. But in like my case, I seen my dad's mom like during the summer or every now and then. So maybe I'm praying, I'm hoping that maybe like my daughter has that perspective of like her father, like, yeah, that's my dad, you know, I see him every now and then. I don't hate him. I don't feel like he's doing a horrible job being a father. It's just I see him every now and then, you know.
Right.
And as she gets older, more would be revealed because she turned 7 this year. So she's creeping up on once she get a phone, it's over with. It's over
Yeah.
with. Once she gets a phone or gets on social media, it's over
Yeah.
with. Because now I'm gonna be extremely active on everything that she's doing, especially if she on social media or you know, when she get her own phone, texting her, even if she don't reply, telling her how much I love her. Like, so
Oh yeah.
we're any day now type shit. Once I know that she got a phone, once I get her phone number or whatever, is
It's a wrap.
yeah, bro. Yeah, for real, for
And
real. Cause
like,
now,
bro, like, man, I just miss it, bro. Like for real. Like I know these fathers out here missing their child. And people try to put us out like we this and that.
yeah, we
But I know
deadbeats and shit like that.
right. I like deadbeat
It's
shit. Oh,
crazy.
you
That's a
gotta it's a vague term too. You gotta be more specific.
right, yeah,
Cause it's
for real.
like
You gotta elaborate. You gotta have evidence. You gotta have
right,
like, but like people's statements be so prejudiced, bro. It's like, you know, and I had to research that word prejudice. Anything that's a preconceived notion is prejudice. So if I feel
right,
like, you know, you can't rap, that's prejudice.
right,
You
right,
feel me?
right,
Like, you know,
right.
so it's just like the fact being people be having these like unequated motherfucking thought patterns like, oh, he's this because of that. Like, nah, bro, like tell the whole story. Don't just tell, okay, he don't see his child. Why don't he see his child? And really want to comprehend what's going on, not just, oh, he don't be around his child. You think I just woke up and said I have no attachments to something that I created. I'm gonna always be her father, even if I leave this world today or tomorrow. That's still my child. So
Right,
it's just I always will have that attachment to my child, right, wrong, good
right,
or bad. That's my child. So it's
right.
just what sense does that make not to see another depiction of myself like prosper? That's crazy as fuck to think about. Like,
Right. That's why like I really like I try to focus on myself as much as possible to make sure that I bring out the best me and bring out the best results of myself. Cause like that's why I low key I didn't want it to be like a bash on like baby mamas and like cause I feel like whenever you focus on yourself and be able to weave out the bullshit and stay on course with like what actually works for you, that's whenever like you get more desired results out of your life. Because I was always the person to always like talk about like what I went through over
mm-hmm,
and over and over again, thinking that it would like make me feel better.
mm-hmm,
But like some venting isn't good, and like really some things I do some it may be other people beliefs, but I feel like some things you should just keep to yourself, and then have the best action speak for it rather than you saying it type shit. Cause
right,
like with this day and age, bro, like they'll like you said, they'll label me as a deadbeat father. And like
mm-hmm,
like it's fucking ridiculous. Like that's ridiculous, bro. Like I literally was in the hospital from the day she left to California. Made sure that I was actively seeing her.
wow,
If I didn't see her, I'll promise you it was for a very legit reason, if anything. But like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like some things it's not even worth talking about. Like what the fuck like what the fuck am I to do for someone who don't fuck with me anymore? I think of that, right? Like this person, you just have a baby with this person. But a person who don't fuck with you, period, right? Usually you could just be like, fuck you. Or
And
you could
move
just,
on.
or
Yeah.
you don't even have to say fuck you. You could be like, man, this nigga tripping. And then you can go on about your day and be like, that person over there is tripping. If you try to sit here and understand that person's life, right, and try to understand everything this person went through, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's deep. He still didn't have to do it like that. Like, so boom, you just wasted all that energy doing this research on this person and all that, and boom, you could have just been focusing on yourself. And I
Right.
and that's where I like with baby mamas and all of that shit, bro. Like, kudos to all the good ones. Like I said, all the good ones. But like, I really just try to avoid all of those people. And even like, it's funny because I'll be at work, right? And like, there'll be somebody talking about that baby mama being like, man, fuck that bitch, right, man, fuck that bitch, because he heard about my story or whatever. And then I'm just like, nah, I don't even feel that in my heart, bro. I feel like
I
fuck
saw that.
the situation, like, you know what I'm saying. I do have resentment, but I don't, nah, fuck her, because in all honesty, I want her to be alive and healthy for my daughter, like
Right.
for real. I
Yeah.
want her to
That's
be the best version of her for my daughter. And I'll even say this: I feel like she is a good mother. Boom. I feel like she's a good mother in those qualities as far as like, but it's keeping the father away. That's a very distinguishing quality that's fucking it
you
up.
can't.
But like,
Yeah. Exactly.
like
Exactly.
as far as the feeding her and making sure she's smart and being being kind and all of that, that's beautiful. I appreciate you for doing that, and I know she's doing that for my daughter. But
Mm.
like I said, that distinguishing quality that I said, like, that fucks it up severely. But that's the only thing I could really even understand from any other baby mama or baby daddy situation, because it's just like, really, bro, we're supposed to have a, a wife and a husband and children. Like, we came up with these terms. Shit, I bet I don't even, I didn't research that, and I'm gonna research it whenever we done with this. But like, when did the term baby mama and shit surface? If
Pretty
it
sure.
if that
I'm
shit
pretty sure.
surfaced anytime almost close to after slavery, I will say this. And I'm gonna research it, and I'll talk, and I guess I'll post it or whatever. I'll even maybe just tell you,
Mm.
bro. Like, if it's that, then we already know what's up. Systematic, but
Definitely, yeah.
like
All of this shit is definitely a setup.
systematic,
It's a
systematic.
trap. It's something that's intentionally done. Yeah, bro. Like
But it's a system though, because it profits. It's not just blatant, like, you know what I'm saying.
random acts of just deception and bitterness. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. It's not like a direct attack to the black man. I even feel like, you know what I'm saying. I feel like it's more of, we profiting off of that shit, so,
Mhm.
in large amounts. So shit.
I feel like a lot of shit kind of started off as a ploy for blacks, but motherfuckers got to the point to where, okay, shit, anybody else that fall under like the bus, fuck them. You feel me? Like you shouldn't have been in the way, But
Right. I
that's
feel like
kind of how
everything is so systematic and so fucking to the T. I ain't
like
gonna
man
say
to the
like,
T is for real though.
bro, like, if you don't see it, you're fucking crazy, bro. Like you said, people
It's
say that
obvious.
us
It's
thinking that we're
obvious.
right. Like, it's like, come on, bro. Like, these things are set in place to be like this. It's like convenient,
Hmm.
conveniently disastrous, and it
Control
profits.
control chaos. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
Yep.
I look at it just as much as like a person who chop down trees and make paper. Like they they're in the same field. They're like, I'm just doing what I gotta do, and maybe they are racist, and even if they are or they're not, it's just like I just realized these group of people are doing this, and I can make money off of it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at it as an even playing field to where we can make sure that we're what's best for the child. Shit,
Right.
I
Yeah.
really don't. I really don't, bro. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like if you sit here and try to make sense of it, like you would go insane. Like what? Like why would I have to get a restraining order to stop my baby mother from going to another state with my child? Why would I need that? Why can't I just call the police and be like, going to another state with my child and without a case? Like that should be a law and be like, oh, that's all the more reason she have to stay until the case is done. But shoot, it's so convenient how the law is boom, it's a certain amount of time, and then boom, you can't do nothing until you do that through the states that person is in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, I mean, oh yeah, and also the private investigator. I can't believe I left that out in my rant. That was an emotional rant, so I left out pieces. But like, yeah, private investigator. If she ever tries to go ghost on you, get a private investigator to get the location.
Yeah. These are some gems that I truly, 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 truly hope whoever sees this can pick up on it. Um and we definitely gotta continue this conversation, bro, and like definitely tell me what you researched. But the last topic I
Yeah.
want to touch on is your upcoming projects. Can you tell the people like what you working on now and what you got planned for like the future?
So I have a tape. Well, I have two tapes. I've been releasing a lot of music, by the way, on the underline. Because I have thousands of songs,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out placement, all of that. But like I've just been genuinely releasing songs. So just be on the lookout on my music page, toobrightSHINE, TOO brightSHINE. But like I said, I have two tapes on the way. One tape is with Aaron Elijah, which is actually released. I don't know why I'm saying on the way. It's released right now. It just released a couple of days ago.
Okay.
It's called Love Hurts. It's a heartbreak tape, and people like, why are you releasing a heartbreak tape coming towards the summer and spring and blah blah
Why
blah.
not?
I'm letting people know I'm going to be the person in the industry to break all the rules and still win. I'm letting y'all know
Mhm.
that. But like to be even more specific, I actually had a heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even with the baby mama situation, broke my heart, and I'm too bright shine, but I feel like I have to spit out my vulnerabilities, and that shed lights on situations. So I feel like that's still a shining moment, and
Absolutely.
I feel like that's what this tape is. And it's not even a sad tone tape, which is crazy. The saddest tone is disaster, but it's more like kind of like you can low key kind of. It's kind of like I don't know, bro. It's more I don't know, bro. It's more hard. I feel like it's hard than soft. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard
Mhm.
song. You know what I'm saying? But like whether or not and thanks to you, they're vibes, bro. They're radio songs. Like it's just so sonically correct. My boy Aaron Elijah delivers it every single time. He's an amazing artist. It's really a pleasure working with him.
Mhm.
Um and bro, like that's already out on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? And bro, that tape is amazing. I don't care. It's a 3-song EP. It's a short listen. Just listen to it
Check it
and let
out.
it take you. Take it without any judgment or previous notion of what you feel. Just listen to the song and genuinely, let it take you away. Yeah, I feel like those are them type of songs, you know. And then my boy Myron. Now I love my boy Aaron Elijah for real. And I'm gonna talk about my boy probably in the next one. You know what I'm saying? But I want to go in depth with my boy Myron.
Shout out Myron, man.
Yeah, Myron. I met bro in the open mic scene, just like Aaron Elijah, and bro, we clicked right off the bat, bro. Like that's my dog, bro. Like for real, just like Aaron Elijah. He knows. But I'm just trying to explain the situation that happened before us making this tape. Me and Myron, bro, like we were sending each other songs back and forth and shit, right? And like it was crazy, bro. We was just so hyped because you hear these songs, bro. These like what? It's like a 2012 vibe in a way.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like it's just bars. Like Myron just on that house spitting. I'm on that house
Yeah, he a
spitting.
dog. He a
And like we
dog.
just like, like we low key he got the flows, I got the message, like he got the
Yeah.
message too. But we battle, like we make sure that we upping each other on verses and shit. But like out of nowhere, bro, I didn't hear from bro. And it was crazy. It was like because we was calling each other every single day. And I knew something was off because like we was calling each other every single day. And like kind of find out this nigga in a whole coma.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
he told me about that. Yeah.
A whole 3-day coma, bro. Like out of there. Like I ain't even know. I'm just living life. Like when I found out, he called me. He was like, bro, yeah, I'm in a coma. I was just in a coma, but bro, this tape about to be fire, bro. I swear. I'm like, wait, hold up, what you just say? He was like, yeah, bro, I was in a 3-day coma, bro, and like I'm just like, what? Hold, tape, nigga, fuck tape, what, bro? Because we low
You
key was supposed
good?
to drop this
Yeah.
a long time ago, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, fuck tape, bro, you good? What the hell, nigga? I'm your
Yeah.
homie. What the fuck? I ain't hear from you in 3 days. I already knew something was weird, nigga. I'm just all like talking. He's, Myron. He's such a chill ass nigga. The only time he showed emotion when he laughed. Egg laugh, boy. That's my dog, though. But yeah, he no emotion at all, just being like, yeah, bro, I was in a 3-day coma. He's sitting here telling me about the dreams he had and shit. And I'm just like, bro, life is like, here and there. Like you can go like that, bro. And like it's crazy,
Yeah.
like
Facts.
how bro like survived that shit, bounced back. Like bro's a whole football player. He be playing football, bro, cold as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. When people tell you they play football, you be like, like
Right.
you're like, nah, that ain't cold, bro. He already back in. He already back in practicing and whatnot. So I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like, I'm thankful that Myron is here, bro. And like the tape is called "Couldn't Get Any Realer," and bro,
That's
it
y'all
couldn't get.
that's
Yeah,
y'all joint project?
it's called "Couldn't
Okay.
Get Any Realer," and bro, yeah, man, I feel like that tape it means so much to me because I was just like, bro, he was almost gone, bro. And like that's my dog. Like that's my dog, bro. Even though he tried to steal my dog all the time, like, hey, bro. Hey, he ain't gonna know what I'm talking about too. He tried to steal my bully Liddy. Yeah, man. He get on my nerves with all that. But yeah. That's my dog though, bro. It's like a 5-song tape. Like we
Mhm.
did like some joint songs, and then we have some 2 songs that like we wanted to like talk our own shit in type shit.
Okay. Cool, man. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing that joint tape. I did give I think a few plays on your Love Hurt project. I'm gonna definitely
Yeah.
tap into that more in depth, bro, because like really to be honest, um I don't listen to music in the same light as I once did, bro, because I DJ. So I be trying to, like, I'm so accustomed to mixes now. So sometimes
Right.
listening to like full projects, I'm like, man, like, let me turn on my mix because I'm not like, but also I need to find new songs to mix together. So,
Oh
you know,
yeah. Like
yeah, so
I'll say this, like I feel like whether or not it's like I'll say it's a radio song, not in a bad way too. You know, like whenever Kendrick drops like that song that like just belongs in the radio, you
Mm,
know, like love and whatnot. Like I feel like
humble,
it's one
yeah,
of them. It's kind of
yeah.
like one of them. Like it's not really like my sphere, I guess you could say, because
But
I'm a
something
lyrical
different.
hip hoppy dude. Like that's
Yeah,
my comfort zone. But I mean, like I'm an artist, you know. Like if you really listen to all my songs, like they're really all different. Like I pull out different flows, and I'm unorthodox, and I do that purposely. I know a lot of people say to like have like a certain type of tempo and like certain shit like that. I really go against the grain with everything, and once
mm,
it blows, it's more like that's when the explosion is like when people realize what's happening. Like I'm low key scoring, like in my fucking like what with barely any resource too. But like yeah, like I have plenty of music out. I told you I have some singles out called I actually have a single called Elevate,
mm.
and bro, like that's one of my like lyrical ones. And it's like kind of vibey. What's funny is I made that song off of my homie Sean and Data J. He owned this company called Elevate Cannabis, and I actually made the song to pitch to him, you know, for like a little commercial. And what's funny is the his little upper people that was like, nah, he was just so sad that he couldn't put it up because he was like, man, I really like that song. He just couldn't work it out that way because of some formalities or whatever.
Type
But
shit, yeah.
I'm finally releasing it, and like I'm actually praying for bro right now. Yeah, that's all I'll say on that. But yeah, praying for bro. But
Yeah,
like,
nah.
yeah, I touched several spears of like reality with my music. I'm a I make thousands of songs, bro. So like a lot of songs, I feel like you got it do take a second listen sometimes. I like I do that with like a lot of people's music too, because like I'm an artist. Like I told you, I'll be at shows and whatnot, and I'll listen to a tape, and I'll be like, "I was alright. I ain't gonna lie." And then next thing you know, it's like my favorite tape ever out of nowhere. Like, oh shit, this that fucking fire. What was my ears doing?
Type shit, yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, yeah, like but love hurts. Yeah, whether or not is like the radio song. Thanks to you. That whole I feel like that have a lot of places too. I feel like it could be like radio too, but I feel like that's headphone music more than anything because all the sounds, you know.
Kind of bounce and kind of, yeah.
Yeah, the frequencies on that mug is crazy. And then like Disaster, that song is kind of like it's kind of dim. So it's kind of like gritty. You know, we had something now we don't do the same shit from years ago. Make a nigga wonder what I'm in the for. Try to make it work, but I think it's broke. I mean, it's like a job attending for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you flowing, yeah.
yeah,
Flowing, yeah.
it's like I oh man, it's that okay, it's like Eminem Kim in a way. Like it's that type of vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's that point in the relationship where it's just like, man, fuck this. You know, like
Mhm.
when he was with Kim, it's just like, fuck this, fuck her. Except I'm not as gruesome with it. It's not,
Got
yeah,
you.
it's nowhere near as gruesome as Eminem and Kim. But if you want to put a vibe to it, it's like that.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely send me your links to all of your Facebook, Twitter, all of your music, man. And I would definitely leave that in the description for this video, like I do with all of my guests, so people can stay in contact and stay up to date with what you got going on. Lastly, before we wrap, bro, is there anything that you would like to add or say in closing? Any thoughts about the podcast and how this conversation went?
Say, I feel like this is the beginning of something like crazy, bro. I appreciate your time, bro. Like this is definitely gonna go viral. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, just off the topic alone. And I
Mhm.
feel like, God bless you, bro, for letting me have a outlet to speak on this where I'm not being attacked.
Of course
Uh,
not. Mm-mm.
and
Mm-mm.
I even appreciate your perspectives on music. You a dope person, and bro, I'm telling you, you need to come to this DFW so you can get this good food, bro. I know all the good food spots, and that's what I do. And hey, bro, there's another thing that I want to disclose, bro, to
Okay.
everybody in the world is that I will be the best rapper alive. And like, I'm not saying that like from a funny perspective or anything. And there ain't no rap beef that can determine that. There's nothing that can determine that because I'm not gonna stop until I die. That's the thing. That like it's never gonna end, and I'm only gonna get better. I don't believe in a peak. There's no such thing as reaching a limit and then you can't progress. I will
Mhm.
progress until my dying day.
Felt
And
that.
like that's what's going to differentiate me from me and you is that I'm going to be doing this to my dying day. Music, rapping, not industry. Fuck the industry. Fuck the music industry. But rapping, the meanest nigga on the beat who could lay them words down like that, that's gonna be me. And I put that on everything I love, for real.
Y'all heard that shit exclusively on the Dotted Line podcast.
And I
Too
really
bright
appreciate
shine.
you, bro.
We to
You
go.
are fire, fire, real talk.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, man. I appreciate you for wanting to be on the podcast, man. For real, for real. I would definitely send you the link to this video once it's uploaded to like Zoom. It takes maybe a good 5-10 minutes, and then they'll send me the link.
Yeah.
And you know, you like I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like 2.5 hours. So if you want to play it back before I post it and stuff like that, that's fine. Because I'm not gonna post it until today, Wednesday. I'm not gonna post this shit till probably Saturday. So
Okay.
like, and then it's gonna premiere on Monday.
All right.
So
I'll promote it and everything. I
yeah,
make real. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Can I call you right after this?
yeah. Because I gotta get dressed to head to therapy and shit like that. But yeah, you can definitely call me.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I appreciate, man.
Of
Shout out
course,
to
of
my
course.
boy, bro. He go
Of course.
hard.
Of course, man. Thank you, man. And as I always say at the closing of every episode, I hope something was said. Well, not today. I know something was said today that connected with somebody.
Yeah.
And I hope and pray that you guys use this to get through you guys' week and get through your life. And as always, and I send love, I send peace, I send positivity to everybody who watched this video. Like, subscribe, share, get the word out. This is something that's gonna keep going up. So, anybody who wants to comment or like to be on the podcast, please message me on Facebook at DJ Scotty Tudati or Ray Dot the Don. That's my second page as well. I'm on TikTok with it. Comment on this video. But yeah, we want to get the world's perspective about the world. So until next time, this is DJ Scotty Tudati signing off.
And Too Bright Shine, we out.
Yes, sir. All right.